start the only way we know how, with the warm-up. Brought to you from our friends at Brick and Barrel. With a wonderful family atmosphere, Brick and Barrel has a beautiful beer garden and is just the place to take in a game or celebrate after. Brick and Barrel, 155 Joyner Parkway in Lincoln. The way you warm up is the way you perform. So to be the best, you gotta warm up with the best. So warm up with us as we sit down with a member of the Potters coaching staff to talk all things Potters. It's time to get loose and warm up right here on Stone's Radio Networks.
Welcome into the warm-up. Mark the Phantom Low here with a special guest. And, you know, a lot of people say they're really good at their jobs. There are a lot of people that are really good at their jobs, but there's only a small select group that are the best in the business. We have one of them here at McBean Stadium, the best PA man in the business, bar none, Willie Preston. He's our guest today. Willie, thanks for dropping by.
Well, thank you very much for inviting me in. I appreciate it. It was a long way to come, but it was just like right next to you, and instead of looking over your shoulder at your lineup, you know, I just moved a little bit longer and grabbed some headphones.
Move you 6 feet over and we'll take care of you. So how, you know, we're 7-8 games into it. How's the year treating you?
It's absolutely great so far. I love it. I mean, we've had some additional changes to my help here, and you know, I actually have somebody setting up for me, so that is awesome. Shane has just been a godsend, so I absolutely love it.
Okay, so you do so much stuff. You do little leagues, you do graduations, you do dances. You're Professor Rockola, some tell me. What makes the Potter, I know you've done this a couple of years, what makes the Potter special for you?
Oh, gosh. It's, you know, I have been here since the very beginning of this iteration of the Potters for the last 7 games, or last 7 years. Having been here for every single home Potter game, I have announced and played the music for. And I think that, you know, over time, even though I'm locked away up here in the box, in the booth, you know, we still get people coming up to the window. It is the summertime family. It seems like everybody, you know, when it's summer, you're seeing people in the store and stuff. Are you ready for the season? You know, they can't wait to get out here and, you know, hang out and have a couple beers with some friends and enjoy some great baseball here locally. It is, you know, the activity for the town. It's this really, it's this community rallying point, which I love.
Well, you do so much stuff. Now, I talk about this with you all the time. You have people coming up to you all the time telling you to announce this and say that and who's doing this and how is this going to get done and what are you doing here? I have like one thing to do and I'm behind all the time. How do you keep everything straight with all this stuff coming in at you all the time?
Well, good luck on that. That's pretty much my motto. I mean, they give me a script, and of course, you know, I have these things to read and try and follow it for the most part. Although I do ad lib just a ton,
yes, you do.
And of course, there's always that space to fill in between here and there, where there's just those things that are unscheduled, those things that happen, and so I will try and you know, have those things that I need to remember kind of written on front of me, or if I'm seeing some things, I'll try and respond to them. But I know it's a situation you're never going to make absolutely everybody completely happy, but at least if I can address the needs of the time, then I can go ahead and do that. You know, and as much as possible, you got to prepare, you got to be ready for this stuff. And after 7 years of doing this, you know, I have a lot of stuff in the hopper there that I'm ready for at all times, whether it's, you know, Potters games or you talked about some of the other events that we do around here locally.
Yeah.
And the many different hats I wear.
Well, thank you for spending some time with you. I got a tough question for you to end it, and I'm going to couch this by saying you don't have to make. I'm going to ask you to name 3 favorite Potters over the years. 3 of your favorite Potters. I don't want you to have to try to, you know, rack your brain, and you don't want to leave anybody out. But 3 of your favorite Potters for whatever reason. You've been here 7 years. That's hundreds and hundreds of guys, but a couple of them have to stand out for you for whatever reason.
Oh my gosh, it is tough because there are those Potter players out there that had so much personality and that you grow to love. The ones that wore the hearts on the sleeve. I mean, for me, I'm a Lincoln guy. I'm a Lincoln guy at heart, and you know, having spent so much time with the kids in high school, you know, to me, the Garcia brothers, you know, Eli and Isaiah, they have been right there at the beginning. If it wasn't for announcing some baseball games over there at Lincoln High when Ray had invited me to come and do senior night over there. I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't be doing this for the Potters. He had asked me to do that, and then a couple of years later, it's like, hey, when the Potters were getting started, why don't you come over here and do this? You're perfect. You got the chops and you got the sound system. 2 in 1.
That's always important.
Kind of what you need.
Okay, so that's 2.
And so there's 2
more.
right there. I'm going to call it 1. I'm going to call it the Garcia brothers because
fantastic.
I need to kick in a couple more because I got some of my favorite Lincoln guys that are right there. Charles Middleton.
Oh, the great Charles Middleton.
When the Man came out there and he started swinging, it's like everybody saw him starting to dig in, and it's like, oh my gosh, how much further is he going to, dig in? And he started swinging for the fence, putting it over the batter's eye out there, and it was always just a thrill to see him hit.
Fantastic player.
And then, my last of the favorite guys, it has got to be Schmitty. Because he is the story of this team. I've told a lot of people the story, subbing back in the day and when he was in high school, and he'd probably be the first one to admit it. Man, he was a tough one. He was having a tough time. I've kicked him out of class more than any other student I've ever had. And, and you see where he was that first year when he came in to play for the Potters, during the playoffs. And, he came in, had a great outing, had a tough outing. And it was just, he had
down,
a little bit of both. And then all of a sudden he comes back and he's this new person. He went to Sierra, did a good job. Went out to South Dakota? And now he's playing, and you saw what he did last year, and he just tore it up. He's a brand new guy, this amazing attitude, and just a fantastic all-around story. So, I got to put him right up there at the top 2.
Because he's the best.
All 3 of those guys, I love my Lincoln guys. Yeah. But all of our players, have really become family around here, and it's awesome to see we have all these personalities on the field, and that act as good mentors, when all the little kids are running out there, Field of Dreams, and, even after the game. These guys stand around out there, and they're signing autographs until the bitter end.
Well, I'll tell you, Will, we'll bring you back later in the season, and I'll ask you the same question, but no Lincoln guys allowed, right? So
okay.
Bring them in. And the great thing about Schmitty is when you talk about Schmitty, you say he was here when the Potters got started. We're talking about 100 years ago. We're not talking about when they got started again. That's the thing with Schmitty. Willie Preston, you're the best in the business. Thanks for dropping by. We will talk to you again as the season goes along, and thanks again for being part of the show.
Absolutely. Thanks for asking.
Appreciate it. We'll be back with more of the pregame right after this on the Stones Radio Networks.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Placer County's best-kept secret is back for another exciting summer at historic McBean Stadium. 33 action-packed home games loaded with fun for the whole family. Local beer, wine, and eats. Fireworks, giveaways, theme nights, kids zone, and more. Come join in the fun and enjoy small-town baseball with Major League Entertainment. Tickets on sale now at LincolnPotters.com.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Here's a quick look back at Potter seasons past.
Sacrifice fly. Romanowski looks back at Furry. High fly ball, right field. Going back is Lara. Still going back, and it's off the wall. Stanky's going to go into second. Furry's rounding third. The throw is out in the outfield, so it's a double, and going to third on the misplay is Jay Stanky. Team leader and right in the heart of the lineup there at the number 3 spot. Usually he's playing third base. I know Ryan likes to give his regular guys a little stint at DH every once in a while to take them off the field, save their legs. Walden leading off at first base. Chase Stanky to follow. Here's Perkins pitching. It is grounded slowly to the left of third base. Bobbled at third base. Picked up, gunned across the diamond, and gets him at first. Oh, no, he did not get him at first base. Furry beats it out. Close play. Arrow is behind the plate. Ryan Broman left. Coleman Schmidt in center. And Kavaris Tears is in right field. That is the lineup for the Walnut Creek Crawdads, who are probably the hottest team in the CCL right now. And their record at 10-5. Here's the pitch on the way to Chase Stanky. Line drive left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Here comes Walden. He will score. Furry is right behind him. Trey's going to score as well. That ball is thrown in, but it's going to be a 2-run double for Chase Stanky, and the Potters take a 2-1 lead. 3-1 pitch is hit well to left field. Going back is Brome. Still going back. That ball is over the fence. That's a home run. 2-run home run to give the Potters the 6-1 lead, and he's got the flag. Stones, look at the flag he's got. He's waving the flag. I don't know where that flag came from, and he was very impressive in that at bat. But right now, it's Nolan McCarthy who singled and grounded out, so he is 1 for 2. That is hit a line drive right to the left fielder. Brum goes over, reaches up. Did he get it? No, it's down over his head. Going around second, here comes McCarthy. He's going to slide into second. He is out at second base. A great throw, high fly ball. That's well hit to left field. Brum goes back, still going back, reaches up. That ball is out of here. Brennan Roselle, the Fighting Zebra alum, pounds one to left field, and the Potters lead this one 12-3, and somehow he's got the flag too. The flag's up here out of nowhere. Maybe somebody handed it to him, I'll give you that. A 2-run home run.
Coming up, Potters Baseball on Stones Radio Networks.
Gaspar's going back, still going back, still going back. He reaches up, and that one is out of here. A 2-run home run for Brandon Motherall. Line drive, center field, hit very well. Barnes goes back, still going back. He's not going to get it. It's down. 1 run scores. Here comes Roselle around third. They're going to send him as well. The throw's coming in. Cut off. It's a 2-run triple for Zach Chamiso. Breaking ball is hit well to left field. It is gone. A home run by Clayton Coates, and he really turned on that one. That ball is way out of here. I mean, way out of here. A home run for Trey Fleury, number 2. And I think Trey has made a statement, and that statement is, I want to be the post-game guest on the Lincoln Potters broadcast on the Stones Radio Network. That ball's hit high. It is hit far. It is gone. A 3-run home run by J.T. Walden. High fly ball. That's well hit to left field. Brum goes back, still going back, reaches up. That ball is out of here. Brennan Roselle, the Fighting Zebra alum, pounds one to left field. The Potters lead this one 12-3, and somehow he's got the flag too.
Potters fans, Potter up.
Hello and welcome to McBean Stadium in Lincoln, California for another exciting afternoon of Lincoln Potters baseball. I'm Mark the Phantom Lowe alongside my partner, the great Stones McCoy, and today we bring you the finale of a 3-game series between the Potters and the visiting Menlo Park Legends. Now, Lincoln has taken the first 2 games in impressive fashion, winning 16-6 on Friday, backing it up with a 15-8 win last night. Aiden Isola and Kate Sanchez have paced the offense, while Tyler Stewart and Anthony Perez have been standouts on the mound. Potters will try to bring out the brooms before hitting the road. It all starts here with lineups and first pitch right after this short break on the Stones Radio Network.
Loomis Basin Brewing Company, a proud sponsor of your Lincoln Potters. Visit them at 3277 Swetzer Road in Loomis or call 916-259-2739.
Have you ever wondered, what is CMN? I thought so. Let me help. CMN stands for Children's Miracle Network, a non-profit organization that raises money for children's hospitals. Locally, UC Davis Children's Hospital is your CMN hospital, the only one in our area. It is a nationally ranked comprehensive children's hospital that provides the highest quality of care to pediatric patients like me. How is this level of care possible? With help from CMN donations. CMN teamed with corporate partners and community donors to fundraise for things like equipment, research, and patient care. All money raised locally during campaigns like this stays local to support children treated at UC Davis Children's Hospital. Sick and injured kids can't wait to get the care they need. And thanks to generous donors, partners, and fundraisers like you, we don't have to. Please give wherever you see the Miracle Balloon, and thank you for supporting CMN at UC Davis.
Lincoln Potters
Welcome back to McBean Stadium in Lincoln, California, as we are just getting done with the Military Sunday observance. That is, the colors were being brought out, and now they're being brought back in as we are getting ready to start this game between the Lincoln Potters and the Menlo Park Legends. Potters, a couple of special days here. Obviously, Military Sunday, also Little League Sunday. The Lincoln Little League commencement or ending ceremonies were held this morning, of course, moderated by the great Willie Preston, our pregame guest, and they a lot of little leaguers hanging around out here to watch this one this afternoon between the Legends and the Potters. We also have, of course, if you know your Potter Legends, you know that Sunday is not only Military Sunday, it's also Slice. 1 keg of Slice beer is available. That's all that's available. So Stones McCoy, obviously the idea man out here, says, hey, you know something? We need to try some Slice beer because, we're trying to promote the Slice beer because he's the idea guy. So we did, and I must say, Stones, that is one tasty beverage, my friend. Fantastic job by you to go get it. And I said, Stones, how do you do that? You go down there and tell him we need it for a promotion or something? Is that what you do? And he goes, no, I just go serve myself and come back. So, he's the man. So it is 1 keg only Sliced beer on tap every Sunday. That's the 28th of May, which too bad it's already over. June 4th is today, then July 2nd, July 23rd, and July 30th. So 5 Sundays on the season, Sliced beer at each one. So Sliced beer, all they do is throw us 5 kegs. Basically, they're done for the season. Fantastic work by them. Again, one tasty beverage. We gave it a sip, we gave it a drink, and we gave it a gulp. And we totally and heartily endorse Sliced beer. Levi Sotomayor is the pitcher today for the Potters. He's pulling a Shohei Ohtani. He is also the DH for the Potters today. So he'll be batting and he'll be pitching as the Potters go for the sweep of the series. They won on Friday night 16-6. They won yesterday 15-8. So they brought the bats out. Aiden Isola has been huge. Cade Sanchez has been huge. Ben Romano has a home run. Trey Furry has a bunch of hits. A lot of guys are doing a lot of good things for the Potters so far this weekend. The Legends, on the other hand, have lost 2 in a row after winning their first 2 of the season. They will come out with a lineup that starts with the left fielder Colin O'Driscoll hitting first, then Josh Quinn, the third baseman, batting second. The DH today is Alex Tolbert. He will hit third. Nick Thompson's the shortstop, hitting fourth. Then Jackson Snitko, the first baseman. Riley Ford in right field, bats sixth. Rowan Felsch is the center fielder, hitting seventh. Noah Zartucci is the second baseman. He bats eighth. And Jacob Frost is the catcher. He is batting ninth. So here's Colin O'Driscoll, 1 for 4 in the series so far with a run batted in. Left-handed hitting left fielder. Starting us off against Levi Sotomayor. And we are ready to go on a Sunday afternoon. A beautiful day for baseball. And there's the first pitch, and it's high and inside, and we are underway. And the first base coach for the Legends goes, I usually wait till the first pitch is thrown, then I go out and get my position. So he is out ready to coach first base. 1 ball and no strikes on Colin O'Driscoll. That one is in there for a strike. 1-1. Levi Sotomayor, 3 innings pitched this year. He's given up 2 hits, 2 runs, and struck out 5 as he returns to the mound for the second time of the season. Potter's got a great 4 innings to start from Tyler Stewart yesterday. That's popped up out of play. And the same on Friday from Anthony Perez. So they get the good starting pitching. Talking to Brock Raggets, the pitching coach, he says this early in the summer, you get 4 innings out of your starter. That's a good chunk. That's a good chunk of change, and so that's what they've done the last 2 games. And they've got Sotomayor out on the mound today. It's a ground ball down to first. That's a fair ball. That's nicely played at first base. Flip it to Sotomayor. Did he get there in time? No, he did not. And he might have missed first base as he covered it. A good play by the first baseman over there. That's Aiden Isola. But he waits for Sotomayor to get to first base, not in time, and an infield single for Colin O'Driscoll. Right over the bag. It was a really excellent stop by Aiden Isola, but he was pulled out of position, had to wait for Sotomayor. And I don't know if O'Driscoll beat him or if Levi missed first base, but either way, it's an infield single and brings up Josh Quinn. Josh is at third base today, played shortstop on Friday. 2 for 7 in the series, has a home run. There goes the runner, pitch is swung and a miss, throw down to second base, a little short, and sliding in is Colin O'Driscoll. A little short there as Cade Sanchez came over to handle it. Couldn't short hop it, and O'Driscoll has the stolen base. Landon Weiss behind the plate for the Potters today. 0-1 on Quinn. Next pitch is in there for a strike. Oh and 2 on Josh Quinn, just getting started here. That's hit high up in the air towards center field. Curtis is going to have to go back a couple of steps. Now he's got it, reaches up and makes the catch and gets it in quickly to third base to hold the runner at second. O'Driscoll thought about going and took a couple steps and said it's not worth the effort. So well hit ball by Quinn, but right to Curtis in center field. And that will bring up Alex Tobert, the designated hitter out of Jamestown College. 1 for 5 in the series with a run batted in for Alex. Big right-handed hitter against the left-hander Levi Sotomayor, who was our player of the game on Friday night as a position player, and I think he's trying to double dip this weekend and trying to get it for pitching today. Swing and a miss on a fastball. 0-1. On Tobert. Popped up, out of play behind us. It's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes on Alex Tobert. Defensively, Ben Romano in left, Jarrett Curtis in center, and Zach Malone is in right. Trey Furry at third, Zach Chamiso at short, Cade Sanchez at second, and Aiden Isola at first. Landon Weiss behind the plate, and Levi Sotomayor is on the mound. 0-2 on the way to Tobert. Breaking ball swung on and missed. First strikeout of the game for Levi. As we said, he had 5 in 3 innings of work previously, and that will bring up Nick Thompson. Nick was 0 for 1 on Friday. Had a couple of bases on balls to go with that. Did not play in yesterday's game. He's playing at shortstop here and batting in the cleanup spot for the Legends, who are 2-2 on the young season. Had to chop down to third base, and Furry's waiting for it, and it bounces foul. Fortunately for O'Driscoll, too, because he had run 3/4 of the way down, and he stopped. So if Trey would have handled it, he would have had to go after the runner because Thompson would have already been by the bag at first. 0-1 on Nick Thompson. Jackson Snitko, the first baseman, on deck as we are in the top of the first here. Game 3 of this series. 0-1, Nick Thompson. O'Driscoll leads at second. Inside pitch gets away from Weiss, and O'Driscoll's going to make it to third without a problem. So he's over there with 2 outs now. And a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Nick Thompson. Legends scored first yesterday. They had 1 in the top of the first. The Potters came back with 6 in the bottom of the first to take a lead they never relinquished on the way to a 15-8 win. Thompson waits. Here's Sotomayor with a 1-1. Fastball just a little bit high. 2 balls, 1 strike. That's in the dirt. What a nice block by Landon Weiss. 3-1. Snitko waits on deck. It's a 3-1 count to Nick Thompson. O'Driscoll on third. High fly ball right field. Moving over is Malone. And Curtis comes in from center, and he's going to get it in right center field. So good job by Levi Sotomayor to get out of that one. No runs, a 1 hit, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the first. Legends nothing. Potters coming to bat.
It begins on the farm, where hard work breeds motivation. Care is taken under watchful eyes. With new growth comes inspiration, where playtime is mandatory. Welcome to Dueling Dogs Brewing Company. Meet the Stevens, a husband and wife who work hand in hand to craft exclusive small batch beer, mead, and cider. Using locally sourced ingredients to ensure freshness in every glass. where a community of farmers, local artisans, and amazing food make for a truly inspired atmosphere. At the end of the day, we know the value of hard work. The families it unites, it's in the pride we take, the stories we tell, and the best friends who are cherished. Dueling Dogs Brewing Company.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Bottom of the first, Potters will throw up Aiden Isola, Zach Chamiso, and Cade Sanchez against the right-hander Ari Kligman for the Menlo Park Legends. Levi Sotomayor's batting fourth for the Potters, and Trey Furry, Ben Romano, Zach Malone hits seventh, Landon Weiss, and Jarrett Curtis. That is your Potters lineup, and Ari Kligman, who has won one of the two wins for the Legends, he is on the mound. Potters have been doing, as evidenced by the fact they've scored 31 runs in the two games. They've been taking care of the Legends pitching so far. Although Grant Selig, who was the last pitcher yesterday, was very impressive with 3 strikeouts in the final inning. So here's Aiden Isola, 333 for Aiden Isola. A home run and 8 runs batted in. Inside, last night's player of the game, 3 singles and 3 walks, had a home run on Friday, the first home run for the Potters this year, and he said in a post-game interview last night, we needed to break through. We didn't think we were ever going to get one. The well would run dry. Popped up, out of play behind us. He unlocked it, and then Ben Romano came right back and went through the same door. That one hit right on top of us, I think. Yeah. I think there's a gentleman walking by with a nice sliced beer. So, he's, that's taking more out of the keg, people. I speak to the people already in the stadium. Breaking ball, nice looking pitch in there for a strike, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Potters fans turning out again for a nice Sunday afternoon affair. Perfect weather for baseball. Isola chops that one down the first base line, and it's over by the Potters dugout. That was another off-speed pitch by Kligman. That one's hit high up in the air, left field and out of play, I think, all the way out to the fence. And foul. So we talked to him yesterday in the postgame. Aiden Isola seems to square up just about everything. He's very much a barrel guy. And basically that's just his philosophy, just trying up there and try to hit everything as hard as he can. It doesn't matter where it goes. Although if it's foul, it doesn't really help you. High fly ball. That one is fair, I think. The left fielder, O'Driscoll, coming in and going toward the line. It's very high. Moves him around, and he drops it. It was so high, he lost control of it, lost sight of it, and Isola is out at second base. I'll wait for my official score to tell me what's going on that one. Still waiting for word to trickle down from our official score, and they're calling that an E7. So Isola should get some bonus points over hitting it as high as he did, and the guy lost it in the sky, but okay, I'll give it to you. So he is at second base with nobody out, and here's Zach Chamiso. That's high for a ball. Zach broke through with his first hit of the summer last night, a 2-run double to the opposite field. Sitting 125, he's already got 4 RBI and scored 4 runs. Hits that one sharply down the first base line, but foul. 1-1 on Zach Chamiso. Cade Sanchez, one of the hottest Potters, is on deck. Guy wearing a Sac City baseball shirt, Stones. That's almost like wearing Potters gear now because we got so many Sac City guys out here. JT Maloney not on the lineup today. He's been great so far, and a couple of the pitchers as well. In addition to Aiden Isola, Levi Sotomayor. 1-1 coming to Zach Chamiso from Kligman. That is high for a ball, 2-1. Potters wearing their Sunday patriotic best, probably the most popular Potters jersey, I think, of all the Potters jersey, and there are many of them, and they are fantastic. But this one probably the most popular. Pops it up on an inside fastball. Second baseman moving out, third baseman moving out. It's going to be the second baseman making the catch, and that is Noah Zertucci. He makes the catch in short center field for the first out. So Chamiso's out on a pop-up to second base, and Cade Sanchez will be the next hitter. Defensively, the Legends have Colin O'Driscoll in left. They have Rowan Felch in center today and Riley Ford in right. Josh Quinn over at third. Nick Thompson's the shortstop. As we mentioned, Noah Zertucci at second. Jackson Snitko at first. Jacob Frost behind the plate. And Ari Kligman is on the hill. Sanchez takes a strike. Off-speed pitch. He is hitting at .407 on the season with 10 runs batted in. So Cade has been sensational here in the early going for the Potters. They've been started counting on him right almost from the beginning of the season, and he has not let anybody down. Right-handed hitter out of Houston, Texas. Takes in the dirt. Nice block by Frost, keeping the ball from going to the backstop. Isola still out at second base. Here's the 1-1 coming up from Kligman. That's hit well to left field. O'Driscoll has a beat, and it's going to be over his head and against the fence. Rounding third is Isola. He will score. Sanchez moving into second. He'll do it standing up. It's an RBI double for Cade Sanchez, and the Potters grab a 1-0 lead. Sanchez does it again. His 11th run batted into the season, and it was a line drive directly over the head of O'Driscoll in left field. So with still just one out and a runner now at second base, one run in, and here's Levi Sotomayor, pitcher/DH for the Potters here in this one. When he's on the mound, he's a pitcher. When he's at the plate, he's a DH. That's how it works. He takes inside. Levi, he's just hitting .423 with 6 runs batted in. So he's doing pretty well for himself as well. 1-0 coming up from Kligman. Levi swings and misses ahead of that one as one of the most magnificent shaved ices I've ever seen comes walking by when it was literally as big as the kid who was carrying it. 1-1 now on Levi. Trey Furry on deck. Breaking ball catches the eye. The top of the strike zone for a strike. 1-2 on Levi Sotomayor. Trey Furry, another Potter who's been hitting the ball really well the last couple of days. He is on deck batting in the 5 spot today. Ben Romano is after him. Sanchez leads off second. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball's chopped over to the right side of the first baseman. They're going to flip it to the pitcher. Kligman's covering. He's got Sotomayor at first, and advancing to third is Cade Sanchez. So 2 outs here in the first, and Trey Furry comes to the plate. Right-handing third baseman out of Folsom Lake College and Oklahoma Baptist University. Came into yesterday hitting .217. He's 0-1 on Furry. Swings and hits that ground ball down to third base, handled by Quinn across the diamond for the out. So Potters get a double from Sanchez. They score once. We go to the second inning. It's Potters leading this one 1-0.
It begins on the farm, where hard work breeds motivation. Care is taken under watchful eyes. With new growth comes inspiration, where playtime is mandatory. Welcome to Dueling Dogs Brewing Company. Meet the Stevens, a husband and wife who work hand in hand to craft exclusive small batch beer, mead, and cider. Using locally sourced ingredients to ensure freshness in every glass. Where a community of farmers, local artisans, and amazing food make for a truly inspired atmosphere. At the end of the day, we know the value of hard work. The families it unites, it's in the pride we take, the stories we tell, and the best friends who are cherished. Dueling Dogs Brewing Company.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Top of the second inning, Potters leading at 1-0. Levi Sotomayor will face Jackson Snitko, then Riley Ford and Rowan Felsh, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for the Legends here in the second. Gave up a single starting the game to Colin O'Driscoll, but then got a couple of flyouts and a strikeout to end that rally possibility. And here's Snitko, who's 0 for 1 for the series. Also did some job on the mound for the Legends, so he's done double duty, first base and pitcher. That's outside corner for a strike. Snitko, a switch hitter against the left-hander. He is batting from the right side. Check swing. It's a little bit outside. 1-1. Riley Ford to follow, the right fielder. Snitko playing at first base today. Sotomayor from the stretch. That's hit well into left center field. Curtis on his horse. He'll be there in time when it comes down. So was Jarek. He was right there. So the third fly out to center field in the first 5 hitters. And that'll bring up Riley Ford, the right fielder. So Ford steps in here. Lefty against lefty in this situation. Breaking ball misses the inside corner. And Ford is ahead in the count. 1 ball and no strikes. Hits that one foul over the dugout right into the parking lot area where the parking lot Potters would be if there were parking lot Potters over there, which they're not. So good all around, 1 ball, 1 strike. Ford 1 for 4 in the series. Takes that one inside. 2-1. Riley Ford went after the ball, which had rolled away. He was going to kind of golf it over to the dugout and didn't really make good contact. Kind of skipped it over there, so he'll probably be hitting 2 from right there. That's high and inside. Bends him back. 3-1 on Riley Ford. Willie Preston, the best in the business, calls for the cowbells. And it's got a little contingent right in front of us here that have a couple of big cowbells. Grounded foul right by the Potters dugout and over the head of all the Potters sitting outside, so they scarcely even flinched as the ball came after him. A lot of Lincoln Little Leaguers here as the closing ceremonies were held this morning, moderated, of course, by Willie Preston. Some of the Little Leaguers coming back to check out the action. The slightly bigger leaguers. That's fouled off as he was trying to get out of the way. Unfortunately for Sotomayor, because that was ball 4, definitely headed that way. And now it's Ford back up again with a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Fastball just misses, ball 4. Close pitch, and Ford gets the call. He's down at first base. First walk issued by Levi Sotomayor, and that'll bring up Rowan Felch, the center fielder. Rowan 1 for 7, but he does have 3 runs batted in the series. Comes up here with a runner at first and 1 out. Another left-handed hitter for the Legends. And Sotomayor is going to throw it over to first to Aiden Isola. Not really trying to get anybody, just letting them know that he was aware that you're there, Mr. Ford. Slide step fastball outside. 1-0 on Felch. Number Zertucci to follow. He is on deck, the number 8 hitter, second baseman for the Legends. Look out, that one's over the head, inside of Felch. 2-0. That misses outside, 3-0 on Felch. Potters lead at 1-0. We're in the top of the second inning. That one's right down the middle for a strike. 3-1. Potters off tomorrow and take to the road on Tuesday. Start CCL play in Sonoma against the Stompers. There goes the runner. The pitch is high, ball 4. So 2 base on balls here in the second inning after 1 was out, and that'll bring up Noah Zertucci. 1 for 5 with the run batted in the series. Noah's playing at second base today. Reminder that Stones Radio Networks follows the Potters on the road. Stones McCoy behind the mic Tuesday when the Potters take on the Sonoma Stompers. So, yeah, we're still around, bringing you all the Lincoln Potters play-by-play. And then they're back on Wednesday. The 2 teams will play right here at McBean Stadium, and we're back here for a 6:35 first pitch that day. And Levi Sotomayor might have something physically ailing him as the umpire's going out, and we're getting, I don't know, maybe a water going out there as we have a meeting at the mound here. Levi, it's a warm day out there, and he's working hard. And the trainer's going to go out as well, so we're going to step away for just a second while we take a look at Levi, make sure he's okay. Right now, Potters lead at 1-0, and we're in the second from McBean Stadium.
Have you ever wondered, what is CMN? I thought so. Let me help. CMN stands for Children's Miracle Network, a non-profit organization that raises money for children's hospitals. Locally, UC Davis Children's Hospital is your CMN hospital, the only one in our area. It is a nationally ranked comprehensive children's hospital that provides the highest quality of care to pediatric patients like me. How is this level of care possible? With help from CMN donations. CMN teamed with corporate partners and community donors to fundraise for things like equipment, research, and patient care. All money raised locally during campaigns like this stays local to support children treated at UC Davis Children's Hospital. Sick and injured kids can't wait.
Order is restored on the field. Levi Sotomayor seems to be okay, and Noah Zertucci comes up to the plate, the switch hitting second baseman. With 2 on and nobody out, first pitch is popped up out of play behind us. Hopefully he doesn't land on top of us like the other one did. That made a nice little thud. I was guaranteed I would not be in any physical danger in this job, and that one sounded awfully close. 0-1 now on Zertucci. He's followed by Jacob Frost, the catcher, the number 9 hitter. Breaking ball's popped up right side. That may stay in. Isola going after it, and I just can't get to it. It's right by the fence over there, and he is playing a deep first base, so just too far to cover for last night's player of the game. 0-2. And I think Willie made him the dueling dog's batter because he got 2 strikes on him, which is pretty smart thinking by Willie, really. That's why he's one of the reasons why he's the best in the business. 0-2 now on Zertucci. Little bluffing out at second base by Ford, so Sotomayor steps off. Very aggressive breed of dog down there trying to unnerve the batter, as the same kid has the same giant shaved ice and comes back again. 0-2 coming up. Check swing outside for a ball. Did he go? They're asking the umpire, and he's not paying attention, so I assume he didn't. When the umpire's checking his phone, you know that probably he's not really going to ring the guy up. I think he just got it, an alert or something. Maybe a DM. Sotomayor throws back to second base as Ford was really dancing off that time. Sanchez comes over to cover the throw a little bit behind, and Ford is back under the tag. But he was taking liberties out there at second base. 0-2 make that 1-2 on Zertucci. That's grounded up to second base. Sanchez he's going to step on the bag, throw to first. That's a double play, and the Potters are out of the inning. So no runs, one left. We go to the bottom of the second. Potters lead it 1-0.
Lincoln Area Archives Museum is the official partner of the Potters' 100th anniversary season. The museum is located just around the corner in Bierman Plaza in the center of the Old Historic District. Plan your visit and learn about early Lincoln history.
The mouth-watering Big Mac with a savory Filet-O-Fish and a tasty McChicken. My goodness, that looks good. Oh, you're making a McDonald's menu hack. Yes, a land, air, and sea. Oh, it's going to tip over. No, it's good. It's good. Very stable. Order the land, air, and sea by name. Build it by hand.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Bad news for Piper the Peacock fans. No, he didn't. He just lost the race. Obviously, he always loses the race. But I think Stone said he pulled a hammy. And that's Stones. I know you don't have a doctor's degree. I don't think you're a vet.
No.
Do peacocks have hammies?
Yeah, they have tendons.
Oh, they do have tendons.
They have tendons.
Look there you go. He
So,
could have ripped a tendon or
I
something.
think he ripped a
Sure.
tendon, not a hammy.
So he might be out the rest of the game, or I think he'll be back next inning.
I think he'll be back next inning.
That guy's recuperative powers are unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Dr. Stones. As we move to the bottom of the second, Ben Romano, Zach Malone, and Landon Weiss, the first three hitters for the Potters against Ari Kligman, who, according to my research, is from Orange Coast College, which means I went on the internet and looked him up. And there's only one of those, and not four, so that was good. So Romano up here, a home run, 2 runs batted in the summer as a Potter. His lone hit was that home run. He takes outside for a ball. 1-0 for Ben out of Mendham, New Jersey, and Tulane University, where he'll be heading in the fall. That's a nice looking pitch in there for a strike by Kligman. 1-1. That's lined. Oh, what a play by the second baseman. Noah Zertucci got up on that one. Might have played a little hoops in his pass. He got up and robbed Ben Romano of a base hit. A line drive over the second baseman. And what a play by Noah Zertucci. We've seen a couple of Gold Glove plays through the last couple of days for the Legends, and that was another one right there by Noah Zertucci. So Romano was robbed, and here's Zach Malone. That's high for a ball. Malone hitting at .333 with 2 runs batted in out of Roseville, California, Wood Creek High School. Pops that one out of play to our left. 1 ball and 1 strike. Another great crowd out here for Military Sunday and Slice Day. And if Stones, I'm looking at people carrying beers back from the old Brick and Barrel backyard, and that might be half a keg now. You got to get out there and you got to move now, people. That thing is going to be gone. 1-1 to Malone. Took something off it, swung and a missed. 1-2. I don't think that what we took was going to have any real bearing on the quantity they have over there. I know you serve yourself. That's high for a ball. 2-2. Not saying that Stones has the run of the place, but Stones has the run of the place. That breaking ball just misses high as Kligman was thinking about it. It ended up in a good spot, but it took a circuitous route to get there. And it's a full count on Zach Malone. Landon Weiss, the catcher, to follow. Then Jarrett Curtis for the Potters. They lead 1-0. We are in the second. That is in there, call strike 3. I think Malone thought that was going to be a little high. It was not high. It was right in there. And Kligman has his first strikeout, and that'll bring up Landon Weiss, who's hitting at a .263 clip with 5 runs batted in, as several members of the Lincoln Little League Phillies are going to settle down on the couch out there with their shaved ices, a.k.a. snow cones. Here comes the Astros. It must be tough when you're, well, maybe not that tough now, but a couple of years ago to be an Astro, I mean, they're not really the most favorite team. I mean, I would boo the Astros even in Little League. Hit out of play by Weiss 0-2. I mean, I know it's not fair, it's not rational, but, you know, come on, I'm a baseball guy, and what they did, you know. I'm taking all the garbage can lids off the garbage cans around the Little League field. That's what I am, all right. Outside to Landon Weiss, 1-2. Landon out of William Jessup University, right down the road. Maybe that's an overreaction with, you know, Little League kids. Maybe, you know. I mean, they didn't want to be Astros. That's outside for a ball. I always love when you hear like a guy who's a big Giants fan and he has a kid who gets into Little League and is on the Dodgers. And it's always funny to me. And, oh, I didn't want my kid to be on the Dodgers. It's a Little League team. Come on, dude. I would get rid of your kid. Popped up by Weiss. Second baseman Zertucci is calling for it right by second base. And he makes the catch. That one a little easier than the one he made earlier in the inning. 1-2-3 for the Potters in the second. We go to the third. Potters lead at 1-0.
Lincoln Area Archives Museum is the official partner of the Potters' 100th anniversary season. The museum is located just around the corner in Bierman Plaza in the center of the Old Historic District. Plan your visit and learn about early Lincoln history.
The mouth-watering Big Mac with a savory Filet-O-Fish and a tasty McChicken. My goodness, that looks good. You're making a McDonald's menu hack. Yes, a land, air, and sea. Oh, it's going to tip over. No, it's good. It's good. Very stable. Order the land, air, and sea by name. Build it by hand.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
New pitcher for the Potters as we go to the top of the third. It's Logan Bell appearing in his fourth game. He's pitched 5 innings, given up 6 hits, 2 earned runs. Has an ERA of 3.60, and he'll be out here relieving Levi Sotomayor, and we will check and make sure that Levi is okay as he had that break in the top of the second before he ended the inning, inducing the double play. So we're going to make sure that he's okay. But Logan Bell is taking the mound out of Lisbon, Ohio, and Bowling Green State, and his dad was here a couple of days ago. So we hope he is checking us out on the YouTube, and we must commend YouTube viewers. They have been coming out in droves for this weekend series with the Legends, and I have to think that maybe, you know, some of those are Legends fans. So we welcome the Legends fans who are catching up with the broadcast on Stones Radio Networks on our YouTube channel. We really appreciate it. And yes, we are rooting for the Potters. We are Potters homers, but we do like to respect the other team as well, unless they have a funny name, and then we'll make fun of it. But that's okay, because we can do that. That's fair. But otherwise, we're okay. So thank you, Legends fans, for joining in. And we wish you best of luck with your season going forward, although the rest of today I'm kind of against you. You know, I don't mind saying that. Logan Bell finishing up his warm-up tosses. He's a right-hander, 6-footer, and a tremendous fellow. He was, I think, our first player of the game on the Friday night, the first game against the Knicks that the Potters pulled out 5-2. Came in and pitched a couple of very nice innings for Lincoln. Looks like maybe he was allowed a couple more pitches, I think, than usual, and maybe that's because Levi's leaving was not predicated as far as the planning was concerned. I'm sure that John Peters and Brock Raggets had Levi going a couple more than 2 innings in this one, but when he had the situation in the top of the second, they had to come out and take him some water, make sure he's hydrated. So maybe that's just a precaution, and they brought Logan in, gave him a few extra tosses. He's ready to go now. Jacob Frost will start us off, then Colin O'Driscoll and Josh Quinn, 9-1-2 for the Legends. Jacob 2 for 5 with a run batted in this series. Out of Cal State East Bay, right-handed hitter. First pitch is high with the fastball from Logan Bell. Number 27. Those jerseys are really good looking. You know, Stones, I don't know if you designed them or not, but those are good looking jerseys. Fouls out of play. Or maybe you approved it. You didn't design it, but you gave your approval because nothing gets by. You rubber stamped it. Of course. Approved by Stones. Do you have a stamp that says approved by Stones? So do I. And I approve stuff that shouldn't be approved just to give you a bad name. And it works. That's fouled down the right field line, out of play. Look out down there at the Brick and Barrel backyard. Right on top, I think it was right on top there. Probably, hopefully not knocking any sliced beer around because there's not much of that left, I don't think. Potter fans are doing themselves proud. You tell them there's going to be beer running out, they go buy it. They go get it right away. That's popped out of play down the same place, the same general area, and here it comes, and right in the same spot down there. There were a couple of guys who put their hands up like they were going to catch it, so you know those guys were worthless. Because the guy who's going to catch it doesn't need to go, hey, I got it. He just catches it. Like Stones McCoy at spring training, allegedly. That's high, 2-2. Top of the third, Romano comes in a couple of steps and makes the catch for the first out. So Levi Sotomayor, just a case of dehydration. Maybe a little arm fatigue, maybe a little person fatigue. So, you know, you're on the side of caution, especially with a kid as talented as that. So Levi's going to sit the rest of the game out. We'll see next inning. I believe his spot will come up. Well, maybe not quite next inning, but we'll see what happens the next time the DH spot rolls around. So here's Colin O'Driscoll, and an infield single his first time up. And he takes an outside pitch for a ball. Hit a ground ball down the first baseline. I saw him made an excellent stop on it. Took him into foul territory. I know Driscoll beat Sotomayor covering to first base. Legged out the infield hit. Made it as far as third, but was stranded there. 1 ball and 1 strike now on Colin. Good looking pitch on the outside corner. Tailed away a little bit. Still caught that outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Chops it off his own leg, and that hurt as he jumps up and down and puts more pressure on it. That doesn't make any sense. If it hurts, don't jump up and down on it. Or maybe it's like jump. Is that crisscross or something? Yeah, I thought so. I bet that's like 25 years ago now, crisscross. Oh, man, 30? Oh, come on. That was just a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it? You're kidding me. Ask the interns if they know who crisscross is. Not Christopher Cross. Okay. They do know it. Okay, very good. Breaking ball fouled out of play. Well, that's an unusually intelligent group of interns over there, except for one of them. Now Stones is grilling the interns on crisscross. Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did. Strike 3. So Bell gets his first strikeout as Driscoll is caught swinging. 2 outs here in the top of the third, and here's Josh Quinn. Flied out to center field his first time. Josh has a home run in this series, 2 for 8. Had a 2-run home run the other day. That would have been, when I say the other day, I mean Friday night. First pitch is high for a ball. Logan Bell, according to my stats here, in the high 80s as far as velocity, which is very nice. We got the raffle ticket people going through. I don't know what the organization, might be a Lincoln Little League's putting it on today. That's inside for a ball. After yesterday's Lady Pumas, they came out here with military precision and just steamrolled this place. Great crowd last night, very generous crowd last night. I think they raised $1 for everybody that was in here, which is fantastic because there was over 1,100. 2-0 pitch, fouled out of play. 2-1. But again, they did it with precision and they were relentless. And if you told them I can't get it now, Stones?
I got to tell you something about that after this pitch. We'll do that first.
He's teasing himself. What kind of show is this?
This was good times.
He used to be the star. 2-1. Breaking ball's hit to shortstop. Chamiso has it. Takes his time across the diamond, and it's going to get there in time for the third out. We have Stones McCoy in the bottom of the inning telling us whatever he was going to tell us. If that's not reason enough to stay, then you don't know your baseball. Potters lead 1-0.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street, only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
I insist.
It's your turn.
Nope, I think it's your turn.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Go.
I appreciate your appreciation. It fills me.
Safe drivers save money with Farmers.
Just for driving safely?
It's a Farmers policy perk. Get Farmers and you can get a safe driver discount simply for having a clean driving record for 3 years.
Come on. After you.
After you.
Safety first.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum. Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Bottom of the third at McBean. Potters lead 1-0. Jarrett Curtis then the top of the order. Aiden Isola and Zach Chamiso against Ari Kligman, who has been impressive so far, allowing 1 run on 1 hit. Curtis fouls that one off. Curtis hitting at .235. He has 17 official at-bats. He scored 8 runs. And he has stolen 8 bases, although he may not steal any more because that one looks like it's either off the foot or the lower leg of Jarrett Curtis. I think Mike Marjama said yesterday that he had the fastest 60 time of anybody in the country or something, some incredible stat. But hopefully he gets back to that after fouling that ball off his foot. Had a couple of hits yesterday. Did Jarrett Curtis, a double and a single. 0-1 coming from Kligman. That's chopped foul down the third baseline over by the dugout. 0-2. Pitch. Curtis takes outside, 1-2. If you're waiting for the Stones McCoy tidbit, it'll be after Jarrett Curtis is at bat, so I'll give you time to get your recorders ready. Swing and a miss to the ball in the dirt. Throw down to first base, and he is retired for the first out, so Curtis is down 1 out here in the third, and here's Aiden Isola. He reached on an error back in the first inning and scored the Potters run. And Stones, you had info about the Lady Pumas.
Yeah. Yesterday, the Lady Pumas, prior to the game and the gates opening, they were here. They were preparing, and they were standing over by the visitors' dugout. And I listened to one young lady tell the 7 other ones, let's go scout out our zones, yes. And I want to go row by row. And she kept explaining this to him. So military precision, you were right.
Man, that's tremendous. We got to get her into management. She's got to take over the Potters someday. And they killed it out there. First pitch is high to Isola. Man. Aiden fouls that back to the screen. I'm glad that we have you embedded out there so you can get all these tidbits for us. Because I'll tell you, I watched them. I think they brought in reinforcements, too, because I think there was another wave of them, probably the second wave, because they had to go, get hydrated, then come back and do it again later on. 1-1. Isola takes down in the dirt 2-1. All right, Klingman from Orange Coast College. Second appearance of the season. Isola lines that one down the left field line, but it is foul. So again, making solid contact. We call it loud contact, but can't keep it fair. So now it is 2-2 on Aiden. Came in at .333. He hit a towering ball to left field that was misplayed by O'Driscoll back in the first. Was called an error at the time. I'll be talking to some people. It was a tougher play than it looked like. But bottom line is he scored on the Sanchez double and Potters lead. That's high for a ball, 3-2. Out of Sac City College and Granite Bay High School, Aiden Isola. That's line to left field. It's going to stay up. I think Noah gets down in front of O'Driscoll for a base hit. So he just keeps doing what he's doing, and it's hitting the ball, and it's benefiting the Potters greatly. Isola's at first base. And with one out, Zach Chamiso comes up. He popped out to second base his first time up. Zach had a 2-run double last night for the Potters in their 15-8 win. Potters have put up the big inning, 2 5-run innings, a 6-run inning, and a 9-run inning in this series. And here's Chamiso. Isola with a good lead at first. That's hit high up in the air to right field. Ford has a beat on it over by the line now, reaches up and makes the catch for the second out. So Zach got a little bit under that one. 2 outs, and Cade Sanchez, an RBI double in the first inning for his 11th run batted in the summer, and jumped his average up from 407, which is where it was when we started the day. There goes the runner. The pitch is in the dirt, and no throw is going to be made as Isola slides into second. I think he had it anyway, but it was a low pitch and had to be backhanded by Jacob Frost, and he was not in good throwing position. So rather than waste throwing it away, he held on to it. Probably a smart choice. And it is 1 ball and no strikes on Cade Sanchez. Logan Bell is on deck. That's chopped out towards shortstop, to the right of the shortstop. Thompson has it across the diamond, gets Sanchez at first base for the out. So 1 hit for the Potters, nothing across. We go to the top of the 4th. Lincoln 1, Menlo Park nothing.
Being in the market for a new home comes with more than just buying a property. It is finding the right house in the right neighborhood in the right community. Since 2005, Lori, with Frey & Associates Real Estate, has lived and worked as a real estate broker in Lincoln. She is passionate about local organizations and volunteers with them as well.
She's knowledgeable, she knows, she asks a lot of questions, she gets things done.
We still learn a lot from Lori, and she's very helpful, very positive, and has been wonderful, wonderful broker.
We at Frey & Associates are your local hometown realtor, and we are here for you.
Welcome back, Olympia's 5th grade orchestra.
Perhaps there's no place like your home because you made it so at RC Willey.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Top of the 4th from McBean Stadium on a military Sunday. Potters lead 1-0. A little pitcher's duel going on. Logan Bell, the second pitcher for the Potters. Levi Sotomayor started. Went the first 2 innings, gave up 1 hit. He walked 2, struck out 1. He left after 2, and Logan Bell came on in the 3rd and went 1, 2, 3. Alex Tolbert, Nick Thompson, and Jackson Snitko, the first three scheduled hitters for Menlo Park. 3, 4, and 5 in the lineup. Tolbert struck out back in the first inning against Sotomayor, so he is 0 for 1 in this one, 1 for 6 in the series with a run batted in. First pitch is off speed for a ball. Actually, it was a strike, but Nolan Murphy was up here bugging me, so I lost track. Breaking balls hit foul down the third base line, 0-2. He's the assistant general manager, but he just does everything out here, Nolan Murphy. Used to be a Potter legend. Well, still is a Potter legend. Used to be a Potter player. And now he's up in the administration, up in the offices. 0-2 swung on and missed outside fastball. Clocked at 88 miles an hour. Tolbert is out on strikes for the second time today, and that will bring up the cleanup man, Nick Thompson. Nick hit a fly ball to center field back in the first, so he is 0 for 1 because it was caught by Jarrett Curtis. One out here in the fourth. That one just misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes on Nick Thompson. Out of Cabrillo College, he takes that one outside and is ahead in the count 2-0. Nick White, the coach of the Menlo Park Legends, says he's got guys mostly that live within about 50 miles of where they're based. Doesn't matter where they play college, and has the local guys. And he's got Nick Thompson out of Cabrillo College. 2-0 now from Bell. Outside, ball 3. That's a double scoop of ice cream in one of those batting helmets. That's tremendous work out there by the Lincoln Little League Philly. That one is outside, ball 4. So Logan loses him on 4 pitches. Thompson goes down to first base. And that'll bring up Jackson Snitko, who flied to center his first time off Levi Sotomayor. Thompson did have a stolen base on Friday when he had 3 walks. He was 0 for 1, but he had 3 walks, and he did have a stolen base, so he's over at first base with 1 out here. And Snitko, switch hitter, at the plate batting left-handed this time. There goes the runner. No, he stops, and they're going to be a balk on Logan Bell. So he stopped halfway, and then Logan stopped his delivery, and going to second is Thompson. So in scoring position now, he didn't have to steal. He kind of did steal in a way. Induced the balk. He is at second base. Fastball is in there for a strike. 0-1 on Jackson Snitko. Thompson at second being shadowed by Zach Chamiso out there. He's off and thrown out to second base. The tag is applied. He is out at second base, the pickoff. He doesn't believe the call, but there's no replay here. And he was off by a mile, and Bell found Chamiso, and the tag is made. The pickoff goes from 1 to 6. 2 outs. Still an 0-1 count on Jackson Snitko, as Thompson, with a very adventurous trip around the bases, that stops at second base. That's fouled back to the screen, so it's 0-2. Got the cameras shaking on that one. 0-2. That sails high and outside the fastball. Clocked at 90 miles an hour from Logan Bell. Out of Bowling Green University, Bowling Green State University, more appropriately. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball picked up by Landon Weiss. He's going to have to gun him out, which he does. So 2 strikeouts and a pickoff in that inning for Logan Bell. We go to the bottom of the fourth, and the Potters 1, the Legends nothing.
Old Town Pizza, a proud sponsor of your Potters baseball, will deliver you a slice that you won't soon forget. Come see why they've been voted the best of the best 12 straight years. Visit otpizza.net to get yours today. but don't take it from me.
I think Old Town Pizza should be expanded through the state or even through the country because it's so delicious.
Placer Valley Tourism. Our mission is to increase the health of the hotel industry through occupancy and average daily rate in Roseville, Rockland, and Lincoln. Proud partner of the Potters in the 2023 West Coast World Series Tournament from August 8th to 11th.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
And we are back watching Piper conduct another air guitar contest. There were some, I'm not saying they were the best, but they were very energetic out there. So I've got to applaud you. It's a warm day out there, and you're going out and giving it your all. So well done by Piper and his, I don't know, students out there. Let's see. I don't know. What do you call them? So here we go. Starting off, it's going to be Logan Bell, who came in for Sotomayor as the pitcher and is coming in for Levi as the DH as well. First pitch is hit high up in the air down the left field line. Giving chase is the shortstop and third baseman, and do not make the play in the bullpen area. So Logan Bell causes a lot of commotion, makes a lot of people run to a spot, but nothing happens. And he will go back to grabbing a bat. 0-1 on Logan. He's followed by Trey Furry and then Ben Romano for the Potters as Ari Kliegman on the mound for his fourth inning of work. He's been very impressive. Swing and a miss by Logan Bell. Bell takes a fastball high and outside. 1-2 on Logan Bell. Don't know that Logan has had a plate appearance yet this year. Breaking ball's high. 2-2 on Logan. Hit up in the air to the right side now, chasing it is Snitko, and I think that's going to be out of play over by the Keeln area, which is looks like it's really happening over there. A lot of stuff going on down there. Lincoln Little League officials, I believe, in the VIP section today, and they are having a great time down there. Looks like a whole bunch of them. 2-2 again on Logan Bell. That's a fastball call, strike three. Third strikeout for Ari Kliegman, and that will bring up Trey Furry. Grounded to third back in the first one. Shout out Potters in the news, at least in sports news. Nolan McCarthy, Potter legend, a home run and a double today for Kentucky as they are playing in the regional, in the Lexington regional, playing against, that's foul back to the screen. West Virginia was the foe for them today, and Nolan had a double his first time and hit a two-run home run his second time. And that's pottering up. 0-1 on Trey Furry. Breaking ball over the top of his head, and he ducks out of the way. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ben Romano to follow here in the fourth. Potter scored in the first. That's the only scoring in this game so far. That one's hit high up in the air to right center field. Going after it is Ford, and he's going to have room in deep right center field to make the catch. So Trey made good contact, but Riley Ford got there in time. 2 outs, and Ben Romano coming to the plate. Ben hit a line drive to right field, except it never got to right field back in the second inning because Noah Zertucci leapt up in the air and got about a 40-inch vertical and snagged it out of the air. A great play by Noah. 2 outs here in the fourth. That's a big breaking ball. It's too high. 1-0. If Ben starts something off, Zach Malone will be next for the Potters. Right-handed hitter against the right-hander, Ari Kligman. That's a high fastball. Right around 85 miles an hour for Kligman. 2-0 for Ben. 2 outs here in the fourth. Potters off tomorrow on the road to Sonoma on Tuesday. That is ball 3. And back here, next home game will be Sonoma on Wednesday night, 6:35 first pitch. 6:20 for the Potters warm-up right here on Stones Radio Networks and Lincoln Potters Baseball. 3-0 on Ben Romano. That swung on and popped up right side. Bertucci going out. Now the right fielder Ford comes in. He makes the catch for the third out. So Ben got himself a 3-0 pitch he liked, but he hit it to right field. 1-2-3 for the Potters. In the fourth, we go to the fifth. Potters with the 1-0 lead.
Old Town Pizza, a proud sponsor of your Potters baseball, will deliver you a slice that you won't soon forget. Come see why they've been voted the best of the best 12 straight years. Visit otpizza.net to get yours today. But don't take it from me.
I think Old Town Pizza should be expanded through the state or even through the country because it's so delicious.
Placer Valley Tourism. Our mission is to increase the health of the hotel industry through occupancy and average daily rate in Roseville, Rockland, and Lincoln. Proud partner of the Potters in the 2023 West Coast World Series Tournament from August 8th to 11th.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Top of the fifth, Potters lead at 1-0. Logan Bell out on the mound. He will face Riley Ford, Rowan Felsch, and Noah Zertucci, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the Legends lineup, as we've got at least through 4 innings, a little pitcher's duel here between Kligman and the combination of Sotomayor and Bell for the Potters. Had high-scoring games on Friday and Saturday. Maybe it stands to reason we have a lower-scoring game today, but it's early on, and we learned in summer ball anything can change at any moment. So here's Riley Ford. I think we might have yeah, that's Ryan Farr. So Ryan Farr is coming up to the plate. He'll be batting for Riley Ford. So Farr comes up here. He's played in both games so far in the series. Played at third base before. He's pinch hitting for Riley Ford. First pitch is hit high up in the air to right field. Zach Malone underneath it, reaches up and makes the catch. So an easy out for Logan Bell there to start off the top of the fifth. And Rowan Felch will be the hitter. Riley Ford was up once. He walked, and he was playing in right field, made a catch out in the last inning, so hopefully he's okay. As Farr comes in to hit for him, flies to right, and here's Felch, who walked his first time up, left-handed hitting center fielder today. Cooper Winton, who played center the first 2 days, is out of the lineup, at least right now. That is a check swing. He went around the strike, 0-1. Noah Zertucci on deck as we move into the fifth inning here at McBean Stadium on a beautiful day for baseball. Great crowd out here. Swing and a miss by Felch, 0-2. For Potter fans on Military Sunday, and also I have to send Stones down to find out what the status is on that keg of sliced beer, because I'm predicting it's out already. But that's outside. I'm very optimistic about the ability of Potter fans to take care of beer, especially on a Sunday afternoon. 1-2 coming up. Swing and a miss. He got him on strike. So Bell with another strikeout. And then Landon Weiss throws it down the third into left field. So can't have everything. That's 4 strikeouts for Logan Bell in 2 2/3 innings. And he'll bring up Noah Zertucci, who hit a hard ground ball to second base his first time up. Unfortunately, Cade Sanchez was right there, stepped on second, threw it to first, and turned the double play. Zertucci, the dueling dogs batter of the game. So if he strikes out, it's 50% off at dueling dogs, which this crowd I think would like. But he takes that fastball high. Jacob Frost is on deck, the number 9 hitter. That one's hit high up in the air to left center field, moving over. Curtis still going over. It's going to drop in front of the left fielder, Ben Romano. He gets it back in, but it's a single for Zertucci. That's the second hit of the game for the Legends. He's at first with 2 outs, and Jacob Frost, the catcher, flied out to left field his first time up back in the 3rd inning. So he is 0 for 1. Let's see if Zertucci's going to try to steal here. He has the lead of a man who's thinking about it. Line drive, right field, base hit. Coming on is Malone. He'll pick it up and get it in fast enough that they won't be able to roll Zertucci around to third, so he stays at second. But 2 hits after 2 are out here, and now it's the top of the order and Colin O'Driscoll, who is singled and struck out. So Colin 1 for 2, makes him 2 for 6 in the series. He does have a run batted in. So a bloop single in the left center and a solidly hit ground ball to right field. And the Legends have 2 on after 2 are out. First pitch took something off that, and O'Driscoll fouled it down the left field line to over by the grassy knoll, which isn't as heavily popular, although it is now. I didn't see all those people sitting on the front of it, and the ball came over their heads, and they all just got up and ran after it. So they're a hungry crowd out there on the knoll today. Takes something off that, hits it to the left of second baseman Sanchez. Nice play by Cade. Guns it over to first for the out. Continues to play excellent in the field and at the plate. So no runs, 2 hits and 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Potters lead at 1-0.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Coming back for the bottom of the 5th here as Eric Kligman still out on the mound for the Legends, and why wouldn't he be? He's gone through 4 innings and given up just 1 hit and not a single. Actually, he's given up 2 hits, just 1 of those since the 1st inning as we go out for the 5th. Zach Malone, Landon Weiss, and Jarrett Curtis. And it is time for that feature we do in the middle of the 5th inning. It's time for a minute with Mike, with Coach Mike Margema. Coach, how you doing?
What's going on, guys? You staying cool up there?
We're staying cool. Let me ask you, we've had a couple of big games as far as runs are concerned. Now we got a little bit of pitcher's duel. What's the mindset in there against Ari Kligman?
Yeah, I think right now we're actually not having bad at-bats. We're hitting a few balls hard. We just haven't really, been able to find a hole or string a few together. So just staying consistent, not giving in, not chasing this guy out of the zone. He's been out there for a little bit, just kind of staying in the zone, keep hitting it hard, and we'll see if they fall.
Speaking of being out there a little bit, Levi Sotomayor, we lost him after 2 innings. The report I got was dehydration. How is he doing?
Yeah, I think so. I think he had a few too many energy drinks before the game or something. A little caffeine was going. So he's, it's good. He's hydrated right now, cooling off, and, we're excited to get him back out there here coming up later this week.
Before I let you go, Coach, just a word about Logan Bell, one of the more veteran players. He came on maybe before he thought he was going to have to, and he's been lights out against today?
Absolutely fantastic. I think his stuff, he attacks the zone. He's a freaking great kid, man. Just having him in the clubhouse every day, it's fantastic. He's just a lights-out kid, just as a human being, but just more, obviously on the mound, his talent just speaks for itself. So excited to have him and see what he can do the rest of the summer here.
Thanks a lot, Coach. It's enjoyed spending a minute with you. We'll talk to you again the next time we're out. That's the Minute with Mike Margema. We do it in the middle of the 5th inning, and we do it on Stones Radio Networks. Thanks, Coach. We'll talk to you next time.
You got it. Thanks, guys. Stay cool up there.
You got it. Malone flies out to left field as we're talking to the coach for the first out, and that'll bring up Landon Weiss. And I agree with him. Listen to me agreeing with him, Stones. They've had some good at-bats here against Kligman, but just haven't been able to put anything on the green grass. A couple of good plays by the Legends have contributed to that. First pitch is a strike to Weiss, who popped out to second base back in the 2nd inning. Breaking ball's hit high up in the air to center field. Felch comes in, almost in his tracks, makes the catch for the 2nd out. So quickly 2 outs for the Potters here on a couple of fly balls to the outfield. And with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th, it's Jarrett Curtis who struck out his only time up. That was back in the 3rd inning. No activity right now for the Legends. And Kligman just 58 pitches, so somewhere around 60 when he's done with Jarrett Curtis, assuming he gets the 3rd out. That's not that many pitches. I've seen some guys go up around 75 as well. So JP, John Peter's going to talk to Jarrett Curtis a little bit. Maybe remind him of something they've been stressing with Jarrett, or remind him of something they've seen in the pitcher. But he sends him back to the plate. Out of Cypress, Texas, and Texas Tech University, Jarrett Curtis. 235 coming in. First pitch is right down the middle for a strike, 0-1. A beer bat. Stones, you don't see a lot of beer bats, but there's a beer bat. A remnant of last year here at the Potter Stadium. Curtis lines that one into left field. Coming on and making the catch is Colin O'Driscoll. So I think Jarrett hit it a little bit too hard. Evidence of what Mike Margema was telling us about another good at-bat that ends in the glove of a Legend. We go to the 6th inning. Potters leading 1-0.
Hi, Bill Evans, President of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in the store, our conference facilities, an amazing team helps keep together an amazing organization, and we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Loomis Basin Brewing Company, a proud sponsor of your Lincoln Potters. Visit them at 3277 Swetzer Road in Loomis or call 916-259-2739.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Top of the 6th, 1-0 Potters. Eric Vassar, the new pitcher. Eric making his 3rd appearance of the year, 4 innings pitched so far. He will take on the number 2, 3, and 4 hitters of the Legends, Josh Quinn, Alex Tolbert, and Nick Thompson. As Logan Bell goes 3 innings, gives up 2 hits, 1 walk, and strikes out 4. And he's kept the Legends off the bases for 3 innings. And here's Eric Vassar. Throw goes down to second base. We're ready to go here in the 6th inning. Josh Quinn flied to center and grounded to short. That was off Sotomayor in the 1st and then off Bell in the 3rd. So he is 0 for 2. Piper running the old dance contest between innings, and the winner gets a free Potters hat. And he is very excited to get it. So well done, sir. Nice job in the dance contest. Vassar working from the stretch, the right-hander. First pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Right around 87 miles an hour. Caught the knees. Breaking ball's in there. Strike two. Josh Quinn 2 for 7 coming into the game. Had the home run on Friday night for the Legends. 2-run shot. Oh, 2 from Eric Vassar. That's in the dirt. 1 and 2. One and two. Breaking ball's chopped out toward third. Furry's going to have to hurry. It's going to be a tough play. Bear hands it across the diamond off the glove at first base. I don't think he had him anyway, but it was going to be a close play. Trey made it as close as he could. It's an infield single for Quinn. Just the 4th hit for the Legends. He's at first base with nobody out, and here's Alex Tobert, who struck out twice so far today. Big DH out of Jamestown College. 1 for 5 before today with a run batted in. He's going to check out his third base coach, who's waving his hands like semaphore signals over to first. I think he wanted Quinn to pay attention. And now he sends his signals. Actually, it's not that easy because the coach was standing in the middle of all the other players in front of the dugout. So how is he supposed to figure out which one's giving the signals? Runner goes, swing and a miss, and that throw is going to be made. It was off-speed pitch that hit the dirt. So Quinn is down at second base with nobody out. 0-1 on Alex Tobert. Solitary cowbell rings out in the night or afternoon, whatever. Not as literary if you do it in the afternoon. That's fouled back to the screen by Tolbert. So Vassar quickly ahead 0-2 in this one. Nick Thompson to follow the cleanup man. Then Jackson Snitko. That's the 4 and 5 hitters in the order for the Legends. We're trying to get their 3rd win of the season today. They are 2-2. Potters are 4 and 3 on the year. Vassar's going to turn around as another dancing off second base. Last time that happened for the Legends, they picked the runner off. 0-2 on Alex Tobert. That's fouled back to the screen. Still 0-2. There's a bunch of the little leaguers over by there's closed seats there, right by the backstop. Every time there's a foul ball over there, and they all beat the screen trying to get the foul ball. Let's give the kid a ball. Come on. 0-2, that's my solution. Just give them all a ball. Fastball misses outside. 1-2. Quinn dancing around at second base, either trying to detract or just distracting Vassar. Chamiso playing at shortstop for the right-handing Tolbert. Sanchez moving in a little bit from second. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Got Tolbert for the 3rd time. Big strikeout for Eric Vassar. Nick Thompson coming to the plate. Nick has flied to center and walked. Left-handed hitting shortstop, Nick Thompson. 0 for 2 in the series, but he has drawn 4 base on balls, so his on-base percentage is pretty good. Hitting from the left side, so let's see if Chamiso moves over. There goes the runner. It pitches down low. The throw to third base is on line, but just a little late. And under the tag is Josh Quinn. So he's down to third. Tying run, potential tying run for the Legends. Pitch was called, I believe, a ball down low. 1 ball and no strikes. We'll go with that. Potter's playing the infield. Semi in at shortstop. Chamiso's in a little bit. That one's also low. 2-0. Jackson Snitko on deck. First baseman today for Menlo Park. That one is just outside, 3-1. or 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes. No, wait a minute. I think he put up 2 and 1, didn't he? Okay. Then there was one undercover strike that was not signaled. I guess I'm for that. That's fouled back to the screen. 2 and 2. Legends used to be in the CCL, the league the Potters play in now, but then the team disbanded and they were just resuscitated by Nick White and some others. About 2 years ago, and they're back in action, kind of building up the program again, like the Novato Knicks that we talked to the first weekend of the season. Here's the 2-2 coming up to Thompson. That's down low for a ball. But you never know because the umpire doesn't signal strike anymore. So he's going to try to trick me, huh? I'm easy to trick, let's be honest. 3 and 2. That's fouled down the left field line, sliced over by the grassy knoll, and it misses everybody, and then all 1,000 of them come up to try to run after it. Some of them don't come out, start to run after it until the first guy's already picked it up. And then there was, oh, maybe I'll get it. I mean, no, he's already having it in hand. Full count again. Here's Vassar's pitch. Fastball call, strike 3. Beautiful pitch by Eric Vassar, right about 87 miles an hour. So 2 straight strikeouts after Quinn makes it to third base. And here's Jackson Snitko. Pressure's always on, but especially with 2 outs, shifting to the catcher Landon Weiss, trying to block things behind the plate as he does so well. But with 2 outs and a runner at third, even more so. Snitko was flied to center and struck out, so he is 0 for 2. First pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1. His first at bat was against Sotomayor, second one against Logan Bell. Swinging a foul, back to the screen, a high fastball, and there's those kids trying to get that foul ball again. Just give them 4 baseballs, tell them to go sit down. Okay, maybe that's kind of a grouchy old man way to deal with it. That's true. We don't want broken fingers. We do not want. Although if it'll teach a lesson. No, you're right, Stones. We don't want that. No, come on. Outfield straightaway and deep in right field for Snitko. He chops at that one and fouls it off. Kind of like a swing you do in wiffle ball. When the ball gets in on you, you kind of just wave the bat at it. But it served its purpose, and Jackson is up there for another pitch. Quinn still down at third base. 2 outs. 2 strikes on Snitko. Vassar's pitch swung on and miss. So Eric gives up a hit, gets the runner to third, 3 straight strikeouts, and we go to the bottom of the 6th with the Potters up 1-0.
It's all you.
No, I insist.
It's your turn.
Nope, I think it's your turn.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Go.
I appreciate your appreciation. It fills me.
Safe drivers save money with Farmers.
Just for driving safely?
It's a Farmers policy perk. Get Farmers and you can get a safe driver discount simply for having a clean driving record for 3 years.
Come on. After you.
After you.
Safety first.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Loomis Basin Brewing Company, a proud sponsor of your Lincoln Potters. Visit them at 3277 Swetzer Road in Loomis or call 916-259-2739.
Being in the market for a new home comes with more than just buying a property. It is finding the right house in the right neighborhood in the right community. Since 2005, Lori with Frey & Associates Real Estate has lived and worked as a real estate broker in Lincoln. She is passionate about local organizations and volunteers with them as well.
She's knowledgeable, she knows, she asks a lot of questions, she gets things done.
We still learn a lot from Lori, and she's very helpful, very positive, and has been wonderful broker.
We at Frey & Associates are your local hometown realtor, and we are here for you.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Bottom of the 6th, Eric Kligman still on the mound for the Legends. And we don't say enough to thank you to those who support the Potters, to all our sponsors and everything. So I got that out of the way. Now I can tell you about Aiden Isola coming to the plate. He'll be followed by Zach Chamiso and Cade Sanchez as the Potters have only had 2 hits off of Art Kligman. And the breaking ball drops in for a strike. One of them was Aiden Isola, a line drive base hit back in the third. One of them was in the first, a double by Cade Sanchez, which scored Aiden Isola. He's going to coast into second base, think about third, but stay at second with the leadoff double. We've said it a bunch of times. Aiden is making contact every time. And that one was a ringing line drive to right center field. And he's out at second base with nobody out here, as the Potters could well use an insurance run or 2 against the Legends. They lead it 1-0. Here's Zach Chamiso, who has popped to second and flied to right so far against Kligman. Swings and misses. Took something off that one. 0-1 on Zach. Had a 2-run double last night for his first hit of the summer. Scored a bunch of runs, though, and driven in a bunch. He's already got 4 runs batted in. 0-1 coming up. Breaking ball, that stays high from Ari Kligman out of Orange Coast College. 3 strikeouts for Kligman so far in this one. 3 hits allowed. That sails a little bit too high. 2-1 on Zach Chamiso. He's checking out JP. John Peters down to the third base coaching box. It's a big run out there in this game so far for the Potters in the person of Aiden Isola. 2-1 pitch inside, 3-1. Chamiso, an excellent knowledge of the strike zone. 3 balls and 1 strike. Cade Sanchez on deck. He's got the only RBI of the game with that double back in the first. Chamiso pops it up. The pitcher's coming after it. He's not going to get it. It's behind the screen. That goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes now. Zach got his pitch a couple times, it looked like today. Just hasn't been on the beat on it. And he's up here with a 3-ball, 2-strike count now. Nobody out here in the 6th. That's high, ball 4. Good at back by Zach Chamiso. Now first and second, nobody out. And the Potters' top hitter so far, or close to it, Cade Sanchez. He's 1 for 2 today. He's got the RBI double back in the first inning to give him 11 runs batted in on the season. And he grounded to short in the third. Out of Houston, Texas, and Texas A&M Corpus Christi, Cade Sanchez settles in. Eric Vassar, who took the pitcher spot, which was also the DH to start the game. That's a strike. Levi Sotomayor started. He was pitching and DHing. He left after 2 innings, a little dehydrated. He is fine. But Logan Bell came in, hit in that spot back in the 4th, and now it's going to be Eric Vassar here in the 6th. Fastball's outside. 1-1 on Cade Sanchez. He checks out with JP down the third base line just to see what JP is thinking about. Kligman from the stretch checks the runners. Short leads at both first and second. Line drive that is caught by the second baseman, Zertucci. I didn't think it was going to get through. It wasn't hit as hard as Cade usually hits him. And Zertucci, who's been very active out there at second base with a fine sliding catch, a backhand sliding catch to Rob Sanchez. Second hit, Zertucci is taken away from Potters hitters, and that'll bring up Eric Vassar. Now with 1 out, Trey Furry to follow. Vassar takes a strike, 0-1. Don't think Eric has an at-bat so far this year. As again, the pitcher DH was set up for Levi Sotomayor. That is a strike on the outside corner to Eric Vassar, 0-2. Check of second. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a foul ball into the catcher's glove. Strike 3. So Vassar is out on strikes, 2 outs, and Trey Furry come to the plate. He's grounded to the third and fly to right. The fly to right was to deep right field, so Trey got some good wood on that one. Hopefully for the Potters, he can do what he's done so many times in the past summers and come up with that clutch base hit to drive in a run. Zertucci, who has been catching everything, is kind of staying close to second to keep the runner close, and so maybe Trey can use that hole to right field. There goes the runners. The pitch is high. The ball is thrown to third. He is safe at third base. So big steal for Aiden Isola. That's his second one today. And on the backside, Zach Chamiso gets the second. So now Trey's got a couple of ducks out there on the pond. The pitch called a ball. So it is 1-0 on Trey Furry. Ben Romano to follow. 1-0 coming from Kligman. That is high again, ball 2. 2-0. A little bit of activity finally in the Legends pen. They are warming up a right-hander down there as Kligman on his 6th inning of work, and he's been excellent so far today. Furry chops one out towards shortstop, handled by Thompson. Takes his time across the diamond, gets him by a step at first base, so no runs, a hit. We leave 2, we go to the 7th. Potters lead at 1-0.
The mouth-watering Big Mac with a savory Filet-O-Fish and a tasty McChicken. My goodness, that looks good. Oh, you're making a McDonald's menu hat. Yes, a land, air, and sea. Oh, it's going to tip over. No, it's good. It's good. Very stable. Order the land, air, and sea by name. Build it by hand.
Placer Valley Tourism. Our mission is to increase the health of the hotel industry through occupancy and average daily rate in Roseville, Rockland, and Lincoln. Proud partner of the Potters in the 2023 West Coast World Series Tournament from August 8th to 11th.
Moving right along, top of the 7th inning, Eric Vassar still on the mound, the Sac City right-hander, in for his 2nd inning of work. He'll face, I believe, Ryan Farr is scheduled to be the next hitter, then Rowan Felsch and Noah Zertucci here in the top of the 7th. And it is Ryan Farr stepping up. He batted for Riley Ford back in the 5th inning and fly to right field. So he is 0 for 1. So far, leading out the top of the 7th here, 1-0 Potters. First pitch is fouled back to the screen. So it is 0-1 on Ryan Farr out of Cal Lutheran College. And the first base coach, as I said, he waits till the first pitch and then he runs out to first base. He figures there's not going to be anybody there. Why go out there early? It's hot. It's hot today. Come on. 0-1's hit sharply out to shortstop. Chamiso waits for it, takes his time across the diamond. He's got him by a step at first base for the first out. So far hit that ball well, but he hit it right at Zach Chamiso at shortstop. And that'll bring up Rowan Felsch. Left-handed hitting center fielder has walked and struck out, so he is 0 for 1, 1 for 8 for the series. He does have 3 runs batted in. So a left-hander against right-hander. Vassar's first delivery is down low for a ball. 1-0 gets back to the backstop. Representatives from both teams send somebody out to try to get it. 1-0 on Felsch. Sales outside, 2-0. Levi Sotomayor started, went 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, struck out 1. Then Logan Bell came on for 3 innings, gave up 2 hits, walked 1, struck out 4 And now Vassar, who struck out 3 in the 6th inning, gave up 1 hit. That one is outside. 3-0 on Felsch. Zertucci on deck, and then Froese for the Legends. .30 pitch is high, ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk, and Felsch goes down to first base. The potential tying run with 1 out. And here's Noah Zertucci, who was grounded into a double play in the 2nd and then singled in the 5th. So he is 1 out of 2. Switch hitter batting from the left side this time. He's the dog batter of the game. So far he has disappointed greatly, especially in the field where he's made 2 spectacular catches at second base. Vassar to the mound. There goes the runner. The throw to second base by Weiss is going to be just a little bit too late. And in the second base is Felsch with a stolen base. Good throw by Weiss, just a little bit too late. The pitch was called a strike, so it is 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Activity in the bullpen for the Legends. Can't see the Potters down there. Vassar's pitch is foul back to the screen by Zertucci. Zertucci, no, I can't say that, so it's not over the air. We know he's got people watching. I can't say he has to pay for your camera if he breaks it with a foul ball. First of all, that's false. And secondly, well, you can say, please don't hit it, sure. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Hits that one high up in the air toward left field. Coming on is Romano and makes the catch for the 2nd out. So 2 down, still a runner at second base in Rowan Felsch, and it's Jacob Froese, the catcher, who has flied to left and singled, so he is 1 for 2. He grounded one right into right field the last time up. That would probably tie the game if he did it this time, as Zach Malone is pretty deep in right field for Froese. Top of the order, Colin O'Driscoll on deck. Vassar checking the runner a couple times at second. Pitches to the plate. Froese hits it foul down the right field line and out of play. Oh, and 1. Cade Sanchez kind of shading over to second to try to keep Felsch close, and that is exactly where Jacob Froese hit it last time. So see if Cade can do the shadowing and still get back to his spot as Felsch leads off second. Inside fastball by Vassar. Looks down at the ground after he releases it. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Sanchez trying to keep the runner close and then trying to get back to his position. One coming up. Froese out of Cal State East Bay against Vassar out of Sac City College. That one's lined right back up the middle. That's a base hit to center field, and we should have ourselves a tie ball game here. As coming around third is Felsch, and he will score without a throw. As Froese has his 2nd hit of the game, an RBI, and that makes it 1-1. As scoring is Felsch from second base. So a line drive right up the middle, nowhere Cade Sanchez could have played it unless he was standing right in front of it for that one. That was a clean base hit, and here's Colin O'Driscoll. This one's tied at 1 in the 7th, and Colin O'Driscoll, who has singled, struck out, and grounded to second. Hit that ball to second hard, as I recall, so he is 1 for 3. Let's see if Froese tries to steal, and Potters are thinking he might as the throw goes over to first base to Isola, and the tag applied, but too late. 2 outs, top of the 7th. The Legends have scored to tie this one with their 5th hit of the game, second by Jacob Froese. That one sails outside. Good play by Landon Weiss to keep it from going to the backstop. 1-0. Beautiful day for baseball. I say it because it's true. Vassar taking a long time. Here's the pitch. That's also outside. 2-0. Trey Furry's over at third, Zach Chamiso at short, Cade Sanchez at second, Aiden Isola at first, Zach Malone out in right, Jarrett Curtis in center, and Ben Romano in left. Landon Weiss behind the plate for the Potters, and Eric Vassar is the third pitcher for Lincoln today after Sotomayor and Bell. 2-0 pitch. That's in the dirt, ball 3. Top of the order. Well, this is the top of the order, but Josh Quinn on deck, and we know he has power. He hit a home run on Friday. Colin O'Driscoll with a 3-ball, no-strike count here. Ball 4. So a couple of 4-pitch walks in this inning. Runners now at first and second as Frost moves up. And we're going to have a meeting at the mound and step away for just a second. We're in the top of the 7th, and this game is tied 1 apiece.
It's Willingham, into the box, Willingham shoots, goal! That was magic! Willingham tucks it in and puts the championship to bed. Sweet dreams.
As long as soccer players celebrate with a slide, you can count on Geico saving folks money. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Pressure! What pressure? The players on the...
Back in the action here. It's the top of the 7th, tied at 1, 2 outs, and Josh Quinn coming to play. Just a reminder, Potters on the road on Tuesday, and then they're back here on Wednesday. It's a Wine Wednesday from Stella Rosa. $5 12-ounce sangria and $2 off wine products. Wine products, that's an interesting call. So you want to check us out on Wednesday, 6:35 first pitch against the Sonoma Stompers. Swing and a miss by Quinn. Potters on the road to take on the Stompers on Tuesday, and Stones McCoy takes the radio networks on the road with him. He'll be reporting that one from Wine Country and hopefully not stopping off at all the wineries on the way, or else that would be a tremendous broadcast nonetheless. But then we're back here on Wednesday. Come out and join us. 0-1 pitch. High for a ball throw back to first base to try to get the runner, and we did not do so as O'Driscoll sneaks back in. 1-1 on Josh Quinn. Looks like Brian Garrett warming up for the Potters down in their bullpen. We had some activity in the Legends. Everybody has sat down now. 1-1 coming up from Vassar. Fastball on the outside corner. Beautiful pitch, beautiful location. 1-2 on Josh Quinn. Fly to center, grounded to short, and singled for Josh. So he is 1 for 3 in this one. Had a little swinging bunt back in the 6th inning. 1-2. Pops it up. That's going to be out of play on the off-speed pitch, so he stays alive for another pitch. Had the home run, so you know he has power. The home run was Friday night to left field. Josh played shortstop, and now he's playing third base in this one. Breaking ball, call, strike 3, beautiful pitch by Vassar. So we had 1 run, we had 1 hit, we had a couple left. We go to the bottom of the 7th. This game tied at 1.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street. Only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
Old Town Pizza, a proud sponsor of your Potters baseball, will deliver you a slice that you won't soon forget. Come see why they've been voted the best of the best 12 straight years. Visit otpizza.net to get yours today. But don't take it from me.
I think Old Town Pizza should be expanded through the state or even through the country because it's so delicious.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Placer County's best-kept secret is back for another exciting summer at historic McBean Stadium. 33 action-packed home games loaded with fun for the whole family. Local beer, wine, and eats. Fireworks, giveaways, theme nights, kids zone, and more. Come join in the fun and enjoy small-town baseball with Major League Entertainment. Tickets on sale now at LincolnPotters.com.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Bottom of the seventh, we got a tie score. We got a new pitcher. It's Kevin Sullivan, the right-hander for the Menlo Park Legends. He will come on to face Ben Romano, Zach Malone, and Landon Weiss, 6, 7, and 8. Ari Klegman was fantastic. 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 run unearned. He walked 1 and he struck out 4, so he was tremendous as the Legends gave up 31 runs in the first 2 games, and he comes in and holds the Potters to 1 run over the first 6 innings and gives way to Kevin Sullivan. After the Legends come back to tie this one in their half of the 7th. So Sullivan on the mound, the right-hander. He will face Ben Romano to get us started off. Ben has lined out to second and flied out to right in this one, so he is 0 for 2. Looking for his second hit of the summer. His first hit was a home run in yesterday's game. Make that Friday's game. Sullivan going to consult with his catcher, Jacob Frost, to get us ready to go. Here's Romano. Tulane University out of Mendham, New Jersey. Sullivan from the stretch delivers 86 miles an hour, but a little bit too high for a ball. 1-0 on Ben Romano. Home run and 2 runs batted in for the summer so far for Ben. That one is in there for a strike. Evens the count up at 1, as the game is also evened up at 1 as we move into the bottom of the 7th. Which means beer sales will be over at the end of this half inning, and if that slice has any left in the keg, it'll have to stay there. Look out for the breaking ball inside. That would be a sad story. You bring the keg over and they don't drink the whole keg and, return in the keg and it's got some in it. Well, they could drop it off at the Stones Radio Network's van. Drop it off at the van. Sure, that's a great idea, Stones. That's in there for a strike as Sullivan slips. Hopefully he is okay. He still delivered 82 miles an hour as he was falling down. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Ben Romano. Right-hander against right-hander to open the bottom of the 7th. Look out, and that's going to hit him in the back. That was the one he threw earlier, but that was a little bit further over. And it hit Romano in the back. He is going down to first base. Think about Kligman in his 6 innings. Just 1 free pass issued. Struck out 4, but only 1 free pass. So here's Zach Malone. 3:33 coming in. Zach took a call, 3rd strike in the 2nd. Fly to left in the 5th, so he is 0 for 2 out of Roseville, California. And headed to Sac State. Came from Wood Creek High. Coming in at 3rd is Quinn. In case there's a bunt, but Malone doesn't show it. He swings away and fouls it back to the screen. 0-1 on Zach Malone. He's followed by Landon Weiss and then Jarek Curtis in the Potters order. Throw over to first base. Almost threw it over the head of the first baseman, Jackson Snitko, but did not, so false alarm. Needless to say, no tag was applied. I've seen 2 beer bats, and it's the same guy both times just carrying the same beer bat, and I respect that so much. No, he's carrying 2 at a time now. Well done, sir. What a veteran. Malone takes high. 27 ounces, is that what the final count is? So you carry. It might have been the greatest innovation of all time the last year when they brought the beer bats out. There goes the runner swinging him. Did he foul it off? I think he did. The late swing by Malone and resulted in a foul ball. I think he was trying to protect the runner, but ended up fouling the ball off. So it's 1-2 now on Zach. As I tip my cap. Oh, he's even got a lime. He's even got a lime on it, Stones. Look at that. He's got a lime on his beer bat. That is a guy. That guy knows how to party. Potter style. Romano leading again at first, but now 1-2 on Zach Malone. Sullivan looks over at first. Here's the pitch. Big breaking ball misses high and outside. Handled by Jacob Frost behind the plate. Josh Quinn's over at third. Nick Thompson, the shortstop. Noah Sertucci at second. And Jackson Snitko at first. O'Driscoll, Felsch, and Ford. There's a throw over to first base, and he's safe and far across the outfield. Ryan came in for Riley Ford. Back in the fifth. So it's 2-2 on Zach Malone now. Potters looking to grab the lead back as the Legends came back in the seventh and tied it at 1. There goes Romano again. That's high and outside. The throw to second base is a little offline, and Romano is safe. The ball bounces around and ends up going over to the third baseman. So Ben cannot advance, but he got himself to second base as the throw from Frost really tailed off toward the right field side of second. Bounced off the second baseman and rolled to the third baseman. 3 balls and 2 strikes now on Zach Malone. Nobody out here in the seventh inning. That's outside and high, ball 4. Good at bat for Zach Malone. Hit by pitch and a base on balls for the Potters here. And Landon Weiss comes up with 2 on and nobody out. And we don't usually see the Potters sacrifice, but maybe this would call for it. Looks like Malcolm Sue is warming up in the bullpen for the Legends. Jarrett Curtis on deck, and Weiss up here with 2 on and nobody out, and Quinn is playing for the bunt, and there's a showing of bunt. Bunts it down the first base line. Beautifully done. Snitko picks it up and tags the runner. Snitko might have been well played to let that keep going, but he probably was right to pick it up because no guarantee it was going foul. So Weiss does his job perfectly. Runners at second and third now. And here's Jarrett Curtis, who struck out him but then hit a bullet of a line drive to left field, and now we're going to have a meeting at the mound. I think that's Coach Motter out there. We got to say hi to Larry and Nancy up in Lebanon, Oregon, Mom and Dad. Hopefully watching. They were watching the other day to see son go out there and talk to the pitcher, and kind of more going over probably probabilities and situations than actual pitching. As Curtis comes to the plate, we talked about Jarrett struck out in the third, but then hit the ball really hard in the fifth. And a guy with his base running ability, as we were talking about last time, he's just got to get on base and making some contact. He did foul a ball off the foot or the leg earlier in the game and still seems to be moving a little gingerly. And the umpire's like, we're moving along pretty well here today, this afternoon, and the finals does start at 5. So I kind of want to. Well, now he's joined in and he's talking. Must be talking about where to go after the game or something. You got your Old Town Pizza. Obviously, you could go there if you want to, or you could go back home. That's right, Stones. You're a very generous old soul, aren't you? And Jarrett Curtis is getting his coach to talk to him over there. Just some guy in the stands. Say, hey, Jarrett, I got some ideas for you. One of the guys, he looks like a parking lot Potter, but I don't think he is. But evidently, Jarrett was listening to what he had to say. So 2 on and 1 out here as the Legends are playing the infield in against Curtis. See if he can little selectivity in the strike zone here. Make him throw you a strike is what I say. He does, and he skies it to right field. Giving chase is Barr. He's still giving chase. That one is gone. A home run to the opposite field by Jarrett Curtis. What a blast. Turns around and hits it to right field. I said, well, that's probably a sac fly. That thing's way out of here, and Jarrett Curtis is the man of the hour. The Potters lead 4-1. 3-run home run by Jarrett Curtis, and the Potters lead 4-1. Scoring is Romano, scoring is Malone. That's the big one right there. And I have to say, an unlikely source, we thought, as he struck out the first time, slammed a line drive the second time, and kept it going as he hit it to right field with power. And the Potters lead 4-1. Here's Aiden Isola, who has reached on an air, singled and doubled. So he is 2 for 3 in this one, been on base all 3 times. Check swing, and he is a strike, 0-1. So Jarrett Curtis, I know when he hit it well, but I didn't know it was going to carry that far to the opposite field. He has not really hit the ball to right field that much so far that we've seen. But, man, what a blast. What a big time to do it for the Potters. Isola takes outside for a ball. 1-1 on Aiden Isola. Takes high again, ball 2. It's a really good appreciation of the strike zone. Rarely swings at bad pitches. And that's why he can square up so many of them. Chamiso to follow for the Potters as the excitement over Curtis's 3-run home run still just kind of coming down from that one. Aiden hits that one high up in the air to left center field. Going back on that one, and Welch has got it at the track for the out. Just a little bit ahead of the track out in left center field for the second out. So, again, Isola hits it far, but not far enough. 2 outs, and here's Zach Chamiso. Popped out to second, flied out to right, and walk for Zach, so he is 0 for 2 in this one. So 0 for 2 in this one. Still has 4 runs batted in on the season for the Lincoln shortstop by way of Sierra College, headed to UC Riverside. Big breaking ball to catch the outside corner. No, too late. Too high. Too far outside. 1-0 on Zach Chamiso. Cade Sanchez to follow for the Potters. Zach swings and fouls it back to the screen, over the screen. 1-1 on Zach Chamiso. Three-run home run by Jarrett Curtis, the big blow in this inning and this game, as the Potters now lead it 4-1. 1-1 to Chamiso down low and inside, 2-1. Curtis, we talked about it, hadn't been around a long time. It had 235, but had 8 runs scored and 8 stolen bases. Make that 9 runs scored, but he didn't get to steal a base if you're going to hit one and circle them all at one time. Chamiso hits it sharply, but fouled down the first base line toward the Potter bullpen. Evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Zach. Two balls, 2 strikes. It's a line drive to first base, short hopped over there by Snitko, goes and steps on first for the out. So 3 runs, 1 hit, nobody left. We go to the 8th. The Potters leading at 4-1.
Welcome back, Olympia's 5th grade orchestra.
Perhaps there's no place like your home because you made it so at RC Willey.
Hi, Bill Evans, President of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in the store, our conference facilities, an amazing team helps keep together an amazing organization, and we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Still coming down from the Jarrett Curtis 3-run home run in the bottom of the 7th. We move to the top of the 8th and welcome a new pitcher, Brian Garrett, out of Sac City College. He will take the mound to face Alex Tolbert, then Nick Thompson and Jackson Snitko, 3, 4, and 5 in the order for the Menlo Park Legends, who momentarily were tied in this one at 1, and then the Potters put up 3 in the 7th, thanks to Mr. Curtis. And here's Tolbert, who struck out 3 times today. So he's 1 for 8 for the series with a run batted in. He is the DH for the Legends today. Good crowd out here, and the Potters treated him to a 3-run home run in that 7th, swinging and a miss at a breaking ball. 0-1. Lincoln Little League closing ceremony day. Another season in the books at Lincoln Little League. Now they start the all-star process. That's outside for a ball, 1-1. Tolbert, Thompson, Snitko here in the 8th. First three slated for Menlo Park. Brian Garrett, the 4th pitcher. Fastball is high. Levi Sotomayor went the first 2, then Logan Bell 3 and Vassar 2. They've given up a combined total of 5 hits, struck out 9 and walked 5. And just the 1 run. For the Legends, 2-1 pitch. Outside, ball 3. That one's in there for a strike. Nice pitch by Brian Garrett to bring it to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Potters back at home. The next home game will be Wednesday against the Sonoma Stompers. Outside, ball 4. So Tolbert goes down to first base. And here is Nick Thompson, who has flied to center, walked, and struck out. So he is 0 for 2 in this one, 0 for 3 in the series, but he does have 4 walks drawn. Left-handed hitting shortstop. I think we're going to get a pinch runner at first base for Tolbert. As the necessary preparations being made, and now we've got a guy coming out with the helmet on, and I think he probably then would probably be the new runner. So Amon Kara is going to be the pinch runner. Amon Kara goes out to take over first base for Tolbert. And Thompson settles in against Brian Garrett. That's inside for a ball. Looks like Cooper Winton is on deck to pinch hit for Jackson Snitko. So here's Thompson, 1 ball and no strikes. Throw over to first base, and the pinch runner Kara is back. He's getting a pretty good lead over there. Nobody out here in the 8th. That's fouled off to the left side. Evens the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Anytime there's a foul ball to the left side, you see the grassy knoll, you see heads popping up over there. Hey, a foul ball. Hey, maybe I'll go look for it. They don't want to give up their spot. That's a sweet spot over there. A lot of respect for someone who's going around selling raffle tickets and carrying a beer at the same time. That's my kind of person. That's well done right there. I would buy some raffle tickets just for that. Popped up again. That one might stay on the field of play. Trey Furry giving chase down the third base line, reaches over, and he makes the catch. What a fine running catch by Trey Furry, as he was kind of spinning around like he was spinning the bat race over there, and he made a great catch on the run. So a Gold Glove play for the Potters down the third base line, and that brings up, well, Cooper Winton, as we said, is going to bat for Snitko. So Jackson was 0 for 3 while he was in there, and Cooper Winton, who was 3 for 8 for the series, he's led off on Friday, led off on Saturday, and played center field. He's up here, left-handed hitter. Garrett's first pitch is high and outside, 1-0. So 1 out, 1 on here in the top of the 8th. Really good running catch by Trey Furry over there to help out Brian Garrett. Kara, the pinch runner, leads off at first base. That's outside, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Devin Martin loosening up in the pen for the Potters. Big right-hander out of Sierra College. Throw over to first base, and Kara is back in. Throw over to first base again. The pinch runner is back. 2 balls and no strikes on Cooper Winton out of Merced College. That's fouled out of play to our left. 2-1 on Winton. Levi Sotomayor went the first 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, struck out 1. Then Logan Bell, 3 strong innings, 2 hits, 4 strikeouts. Eric Vassar, 2 innings, gave up a run and struck out 4. And now Brian Garrett coming on for the 8th inning, trying to protect a 4-1 lead for the Potters. Inside and high, ball 3. Ryan Farr on deck as the cowbells finally come out. Willie's been yelling at him for 8 innings to get the cowbells out, and finally he got the cowbells out. As long as you do it, it doesn't matter when. That's high, ball 4. 2 on, 1 out, and now it's Ryan Farr. Came on in the 5th inning for Riley Ford, flew to right and is grounded to short, but hit the ball well both times. As Landon Weiss goes out to talk to Brian Garrett. Farr comes up here with 2 on, the potential tying run at the plate now. Looks like one of those shaved ice, root beer shaved ice. That's a very tasty looking delicacy there, Stones. So here's Farr as Weiss makes his way back behind home plate. Some call it the dish. Rowan Felch, the center fielder, is on deck. It's all about Ryan Farr right now with 1 out. Winton at first. And Kara, the pinch runner, at second. First pitch is outside for a ball. 1-0. Potters have now walked 7. Potters pitchers have now walked 7 batters in this one. As time is asked for and granted at home plate to Ryan Farr. He settles back in with a count 1-0. One 1-0 pitch sails inside, 2-0. Farr out of Cal Lutheran College. 3 for 7 in the tournament before today, or in the series before today. Had a couple of hits on Friday night. That's hit sharply to the left of second base into right field for a base hit. Here comes 1 run. It'll score. Going around all the way to third is Winton. The throw comes through to home plate, but it is too late. It's an RBI single for Ryan Farr, and it makes it 4-2 in favor of the Potters. So Winton goes all the way around to third. And Farr has himself an RBI, and we're going to have a meeting at the mound and step away for just a second. Top of the 8th, 1 out. Potters leading this one 4-2.
It's all you.
No, I insist.
It's your turn.
Nope, I think it's your turn.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Go.
I appreciate your appreciation. It fills me.
Safe drivers save money with Farmers.
Just for driving safely?
It's a Farmers policy perk. Get Farmers and you can get a safe driver discount simply for having a clean driving record for 3 years.
Come on. After you.
After you.
Safety first.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Meeting is over at the mound. Ready to go again. Rowan Felch comes out. He is the hitter. He's had 2 walks and a strikeout today, so he is 0 for 1. Has scored a run back in the 7th. He's got runners at first and third and 1 out here against Brian Garrett. Fastball is high, 1-0. See if Farr is trying to move from first base, get himself into scoring position. Winton on third. The only out this inning recorded on a fine running catch by Trey Furry all the way down into the bullpen area. 1-0 pitch is outside, 2-0. Noah Zertucci is on deck, the number 8 hitter, who's 1 for 3 today. 2-0 pitch, inside, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. Cowbell's still a rolling though for the Potter fans. Fastball's in there for a strike. Bell's taken all the way on the 3-0 pitch, so it's 3-1 now to Rowan out of College of San Mateo. Farr leading at first base. Here's the 3-1. Hit high up in the air to right field. Giving chase is Zach Malone over there and could not make the play in right field. He moved a long way, covered a lot of ground, but ran out of ground and could not make the play. So that makes it a full count now on Rowan Felch. Walked in the 2nd, struck out in the 5th, and walked and scored in the 7th. Scored the first run of the game for the Legends on a Jacob Frost single. So now it's 3-2. Popped up, out of play. Hoping that one would stay in play. It was a good pitch by Ryan Garrett. Popped up out of play by Felch, and we'll do it again as more baseballs are delivered to the umpire. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Farr at first, Winton over at third. Another 3-2 pitch coming to Rowan Felch. High fly ball right field. Malone falls down, gets up, circles under it. Crazy. Three balls and 2 strikes. We'll do it again on a very uneventful foul ball right there. Farr has been going on the 3-2. He goes again, and that's ball 4. Third walk of the inning, and now we're going to have a pitching change as JP goes out to the mound. We'll step away. Bases loaded. Top of the 8th. Potters leading for now, 4-2.
It begins on the farm, where hard work breeds motivation. Care is taken under watchful eyes. With new growth comes inspiration, where playtime is mandatory. Welcome to Dueling Dogs Brewing Company. Meet the Stevens, a husband and wife who work hand in hand to craft exclusive small batch beer, mead, and cider. Using locally sourced ingredients to ensure freshness in every glass. Where a community of farmers, local artisans, and amazing food make for a truly inspired atmosphere. At the end of the day, we know the value of hard work. The families it unites, it's in the pride we take, the stories we tell, and the best friends who are cherished. Dueling Dogs Brewing Company.
insist.
It's your turn.
Nope, I think it's your turn.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Go.
I appreciate your appreciation. It fills me.
Safe drivers save money with Farmers.
Just for driving safely?
It's a Farmers policy perk. Get Farmers and you can get a safe driver discount simply for having a clean driving record for 3 years.
Come on. After you.
After you.
Safety first.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Placer County's best-kept secret is back for another exciting summer at historic McBean Stadium. 33 action-packed home games loaded with fun for the whole family, local beer, wine, and eats, fireworks, giveaways, theme nights, kids zone, and more. Come join in the fun and enjoy small-town baseball with Major League Entertainment. Tickets on sale now at LincolnPotters.com.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
And the fun starts now as Devin Martin is the new pitcher. He's got a bases loaded situation with one out. Noah Zertucci is the hitter. He is 1 for 3 today, batting from the left side against the right-hander Martin. First pitch is line right back up the middle. Shortstop snags it. Chamizo steps on second. Double play Potters. Not really the way they drew it up, but they're going to take it as Zach Chamizo comes through with a huge defensive play. 1 run for the Legends. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Potters lead at 4-2.
Have you ever wondered, what is CMN? I thought so. Let me help. CMN stands for Children's Miracle Network, a non-profit organization that raises money for children's hospitals. Locally, UC Davis Children's Hospital is your CMN hospital, the only one in our area. It is a nationally ranked comprehensive children's hospital that provides the highest quality of care to pediatric patients like me. How is this level of care possible? With help from CMN donations. CMN teamed with corporate partners and community donors to fundraise for things like equipment, research, and patient care. All money raised locally during campaigns like this stays local to support children treated at UC Davis Children's Hospital. Sick and injured kids can't wait to get the care they need. And thanks to generous donors, partners, and fundraisers like you, we don't have to. Please give wherever you see the Miracle Balloon, and thank you for supporting CMN at UC Davis.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
We are in the bottom of the 8th. Malcolm Sue is the new pitcher, number 25, the right-hander for the Legends, as they were a couple of inches away probably from tying this game up on the line drive for a Sertucci. But it's kind of nice payback because Noah's pilfered a couple of hits from the Potters hitters today, and now he had one taken away from him as Chamizo makes a fine play at shortstop. And we're ready to go here in the bottom of the 8th. Sullivan went 1 inning, gave up a hit and 3 runs. And now Sue comes on to face Cade Sanchez. Then whoever's batting in the number 4 spot now, probably Devin Martin and Trey Furry. As Levi Sotomayor started as pitcher and DH for the Potters, he had to leave after 2 innings, and so ensuing pitchers have been also inserted into that number 4 batting spot. So far, not so good. Bell struck out in the 4th, and Vassar struck out in the 6th. But then they're pitchers, so there you go. So Sanchez is coming up here to start the inning off. An RBI double in the 1st. He grounded to short in the 3rd and lined out to second base in the 6th. One of the ones that Sertucci stole from the Potters. And here is Sanchez out of Houston, Texas. Texas A&M Corpus Christi against Malcolm Sue, a right-hander, about 6'2". That one is high for a ball. 1-0 to Cade Sanchez. Bores that one in for a strike. 1-1. We're even. It is Devin Martin in the on-deck circle. Popped up by Sanchez out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Inside, took something off that one, evens the count at 2 on Cade Sanchez. Hitting .407 coming in, picked up his 11th run batted in the summer, his first at bat here. And that stood up for a long time in this game. Line drive right field. Farr is out there going to the line, reaches up and makes the catch in right field for the out. So hit it well, but right at right field. And 1 out, and here is Devin Martin coming up for, I would assume, his first at bat of the summer, as he is assuming that 4 spot that was occupied by Sotomayor, Bell, and Vassar. He's followed by Trey Furry. 6'6" Devin Martin out of University of Nevada, Reno. Swings and misses at a high fastball, and if it's high to him, it's really high. And that was high, and he swung at it, 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch. Took something off that one. Beautiful pitch, strike 2. Swing and a miss. Got a good cut at that one. Struck him out on 3 pitches. So that'll bring up Trey Furry with 2 outs. Trey has grounded to third, flied to right, and grounded to short. So 0 for 3 so far in this one. Came in at 280 with a pair of runs batted in. He's up here with 2 outs in the 8th inning against Sioux. That's high for a ball. If Trey starts something, then Ben Romano will get another chance in the 6th hole. Hits one high up in the air to the right side out of play. 1-1 on Trey out of Folsom Lake College and Oklahoma Baptist University. That's one right over his head. He seems to get one of those every at bat. Just a breaking ball that doesn't break and just ducks the head and comes back out. Just turtles it. 2-1 on Trey. That one's a fastball, misses high and outside. 3-1. Beautiful day for baseball out here. Just perfect. Potter's leading at 4-2. Furry takes high, ball 4. So he'll go down to first base, and Ben Romano will get another try. Ben has lined out to second, flied out to right, and been hit by a pitch and scored a run back in the 7th. So he's 0 for 2 with a run scored. Looking for his second hit of the summer. His first one was a home run the other night. Left fielder out of Mendham, New Jersey, and Tulane University. First pitch sails high and away from Sioux. 1-0. Hits that one, but foul out of play over to our right. 1-1 on Ben Romano. Zach Malone to follow in case Ben keeps things going as the Potters try to add an insurance run or two here in the bottom of the 8th. Romano waits on it, hits a ground ball down to third, picked up by Quinn across the diamond, scooped up at first base. Nice play over there at first base for the 3rd out. We'll go to the 9th. Potters with a 2-run lead.
Loomis Basin Brewing Company, a proud sponsor of your Lincoln Potters. Visit them at 3277 Swetzer Road in Loomis or call 916-259-2739.
Have you ever wondered, what is CMN? I thought so. Let me help. CMN stands for Children's Miracle Network, a non-profit organization that raises money for children's hospitals. Locally, UC Davis Children's Hospital is your CMN hospital, the only one in our area. It is a nationally ranked comprehensive children's hospital that provides the highest quality of care to pediatric patients like me. How is this level of care possible? With help from CMN donations. CMN teamed with corporate partners and community donors to fundraise for things like equipment, research, and patient care. All money raised locally during campaigns like this stays local to support children treated at UC Davis Children's Hospital. Sick and injured kids can't wait to get the care they need. And thanks to generous donors, partners, and fundraisers like you, we don't have to. Please give wherever you see the Miracle Balloon, and thank you for supporting CMN at UC Davis.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
We've made it to the top of the ninth. Devin Martin out on the mound trying to get the save for Eric Vassar as the Potters lead this one 4-2. It'll be Jacob Frost and then the top of the order, Colin O'Driscoll and Josh Quinn, 9-1-2, that means. And there goes the coach out before the first pitch of the inning. So he's changing his style, and I salute that. He's changing it up. Jacob Frost with a couple of hits in this one. He is actually 4 for 8 in this series, and he has 2 runs batted in, including one today. He's up here against Devin Martin. The big 6'6" right-hander delivers a breaking ball inside for a ball, 1-0. Right-handed hitter out of Cal State East Bay against a right-hander out of UNR. Swing and miss at a high fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mind your Potters are at Sonoma on Tuesday. Stones McCoy will follow him there with recording equipment and all microphones and stuff, so I guess he'll do the game. That's chopped foul. And then we're back here on Wednesday for a Wine Wednesday. 6:35 first pitch. 6:20 for the Potters pregame. A line drive out to left field. Coming on is Romano, still coming on. He slides, he can't make the catch. And Rose has himself his 3rd hit of the game. Seventh hit for the Legends. Ben Romano came on that one, but it was a little bit of a topspin. And we've got Anthony Nanez, or Nanez, is going to hit for O'Driscoll. Nanez has played both games previously in the series. He's on as a pinch hitter for O'Driscoll, who went 1 for 3 with a base on balls. So Nanez comes in here, right-handed hitter out of San Francisco State. He is 1 for 7 with a run scored and a run driven in. Fouls that one off on the first pitch fastball. Oh and 1. Martin checks first. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. 0-2. So Frost flied out to left in the 3rd, then singled in the 5th, 7th, and 9th for the Legends. 0-2 coming up from Martin. Swing and a miss. Pinch hitter Nanez goes down on strikes. 1 out, and that brings up Josh Quinn, the 3rd baseman. Quinn is flied out, grounded out, singled, and struck out. Home run on Friday night shows he has the power, so he has the potential tying run at the plate here with Frost at first. Here's the pitch. Grounded around to first base, and that is a foul ball. Isola handled it, and he was going to do, I think, the proper thing, which is just step on first and get the batter. Don't worry about the runner, but Aiden never had a chance because the umpire interrupted him by yelling foul ball, which is kind of what he's supposed to do. So it's 0-1 on Josh Quinn. See who's on deck, because Tolbert has been replaced with a pinch runner. See if that's Kara on deck to hit in his spot or if we have another pinch hitter over there. But right now it's about Josh Quinn. Swing and a miss. 0-2. I really respect a guy that just drains a beer bat and then just takes off. I mean, that's the kind of guy, just flips it, whatever. It's all good. It's all good. Fastball, call strike 3. And the umpire did a little bit of Enrico Palazzo or whatever that guy is. He did a little dancing out there. 2 outs, and here is, let's see if it's Moncura. He came on to run for Tolbert. So that is going to be Ethan Payne. So Ethan Payne is going to come up in the spot for Tolbert. He takes a fastball in there for a strike. So Payne comes on. 0-1 on Ethan Payne. Nick Thompson to follow if Payne can keep it going. But with 2 outs, Potter's looking to end it right here. Swinging a foul, so it's 0-2, and there went the camera. Possibly one pitch left in the game, and Stones' camera goes flying down. Just one of them, though, folks. We got another one. We got the center field one working for you. There's the last strike. Guy coming out at the appropriate time. Oh, my gosh. What happened to the world? 0-2 coming up from Martin. In the dirt. Nice block, Landon Weiss. Important because you want to keep the force play in play in case you have an infield grounder here. 2 outs. Got to keep going, last strike guy. You got to start again. Let's go. What happened to the guy? He had 1 pitch, and now he's going crazy. It's still the last strike. Let's go. Strike 3, call ball game. Devin Martin strikes out all 3 in the 9th, and the Potters pull out the series sweep with a 4-2 win. We're back with Potters postgame with our player of the game, Jarrett Curtis, and we'll do that right after this on the Stones Radio Networks, although Stones has to go fix his camera first, and so we're going to wait to see if that happens. So I can't, be too crazy as Martin gives up the single to Prost and then strikes out 3 in a row and comes in and gets the save in this one. Eric Vassar is the winning pitcher. Kevin Sullivan is the losing pitcher. And now Stones is finally back because he had things to do. So we're going to step away and come back with the postgame right after this on the Stones Radio Networks.
It begins on the farm, where hard work breeds motivation. Care is taken under watchful eyes. With new growth comes inspiration, where playtime is mandatory. Welcome to Dueling Dogs Brewing Company. Meet the Stevens, a husband and wife who work hand in hand to craft exclusive small batch beer, mead, and cider. Using locally sourced ingredients to ensure freshness in every glass. Where a community of farmers, local artisans, and amazing food make for a truly inspired atmosphere. At the end of the day, we know the value of hard work. The families it unites, it's in the pride we take, the stories we tell, and the best friends who are cherished. Dueling Dogs Brewing Company.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Coming up, the Potters postgame show brought to you by Sky High Broadband. Get connected with Sky High today. 916-644-3300.
And welcome back into the postgame show as I am here in the pitch darkness as we have a blackout in the country, in the city, so we can't. Oh, there we go. Potters win this one 4-2. Mark the Phantom Low in here with Stones McCoy. And Stones, unfortunately, Jarrett Curtis is our man of the game, our player of the game. But unfortunately, we can't talk to Jarrett Curtis because, well, your equipment again. What's going on with you?
Well, it looked like second of the last strike of this game. I took a foul ball off the camera. It sheared the retaining nut, and just as the last strike was it hit the backstop.
Crazy.
The camera came down, and I went over to Jarek and I said, man, excellent game, great home run. Welcome
Absolutely.
to Lincoln. And I will have you up in the booth because I have to make this
You
up
got
to
to
him.
make
It's
it up
only
to him.
fair.
Absolutely. Jared
So-
Curtis with the big hit of the game, the 3-run home run in the 7th. Then he gave the Potters the 4-1 lead. They win it 4-2. Devin Martin comes in, gets the line drive double play in the 8th, which is 4-2, which is
Yeah.
for the Potters. But he also comes out and strikes out 3 in the 9th. So Stones, 2 big hitting games on Friday and Saturday, but maybe the Potters needed to win one like this.
They did. I mean, we'd been back and forth. It was offensive, then it was defensive, and we weren't having any offense. Now we're kind of back in finding that you can win close games as long as we play good, solid defense. And the pitching was great today. So, the combination of those things, they're always going to keep you in games. So today was one of those games where it kept them in the game, and they were able to outscore the other team.
Yeah, Levi Sotomayor only lasting 2 innings because I think physical reasons, but we think he's okay. He
Yeah.
still looked good. Logan Bell has done it again. Logan Bell came out, gave up 2 hits over 3 innings, and just throwing the ball really well. And Eric Vassar gave up the run, but he also threw the ball well, I thought, today.
I thought Vassar looked really, really good. He's got good velocity and
Yeah.
nice movement across the plate. I love what I see out of him. Can't wait to see more out of that guy.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, the Potters not getting many hits, but they got the big hit. Jarek Curtis, our man of the game, and Zach Chamisa comes up with the big play in the 8th inning, snagging that line drive and turning it into a double play and giving the Potters the win. So Stones, we're back here on Wednesday. Sonoma Stompers in town for CCL action, but on Tuesday, some exciting stuff going on. Why don't you tell us what's happening?
Yeah, well, but we have done conference games in the past.
That's right, we
on
did
the road,
Hillsburg.
okay?
You're right.
This
you're
is
right.
the first time we're ever going to do this, and we're going to do it every single game. So there's only one road game we're going to miss, so everybody get your calendars out right now. June 10th, we will not be at that road game, but other than that, you will be able to watch all your Potters road games.
Now, do you know offhand, and this is a tough question, do you know offhand what time the start is on Tuesday?
4:05, if I remember correctly.
Wow, 4:05. But if you subscribe to Stones Radio Networks,
You're
then
gonna get
gonna
alerted.
know. You're going to know.
Yeah,
right?
and I generally will go early, about 15 to 20 minutes, so that gives everybody who subscribes the alert
Oh, good
to
idea.
know, hey, guess what? In about 15, 20 minutes, there's going to be a live ball game.
Good idea. Well, there you go, Stones. A big win for the Potters today. They win it 4-2, sweep the series, and improve to 5-3 on the season. I will see you on Wednesday, but remember, Stones McCoy and the guys going on the road Tuesday, 4:05, first pitch from Sonoma. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time on the Stones Radio Networks.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. I kept the box, too. Yes. We'd have to, specify what kind of transport.
It's time to start the only way we know how, with the warm-up. Brought to you from our friends at Brick and Barrel. With a wonderful family atmosphere, Brick and Barrel has a beautiful beer garden and is just the place to take in a game or celebrate after. Brick and Barrel, 155 Joyner Parkway in Lincoln. The way you warm up is the way you perform. So to be the best, you gotta warm up with the best. So warm up with us as we sit down with a member of the Potters coaching staff to talk all things Potters. It's time to get loose and warm up right here on Stone's Radio Networks.
Welcome into the warm-up. Mark the Phantom Low here with a special guest. And, you know, a lot of people say they're really good at their job. There are a lot of people that are really good at their jobs, but there's only a small select group that are the best in the